Good evening, race fans, and welcome to this beautiful Lime Rock Park. Yeah, that's not going to work. Anyway, hope everyone out there is having a fantastic evening. And I'm going to work on getting this problem fixed. Just a second here.
It's all right. No one's actually watching yet because we just started. So this is the time to fix all that stuff.
Yeah. So when I talk, it's coming through your mic. If you increase your voice activity, we'll be good to go. Hi, Eric. How are you?
I'm doing well. Yeah. Pretty well. Voice is rather hot.
I'm going to put them in the penalty box for just a second, and when they get that fixed, they'll probably come right back.
That's right. Echo.
Oh, there we go.
Oh.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
This is Lemon's iRacing at Echo Park.
Oh, no, we have that.
Yeah, definitely Echo Park.
Working
So
on it.
we'll let you guys get that lined out, and then we'll come on back when you get it lined out. All right, so Eric, with the echoes gone, welcome, good evening, everyone. Whether you're watching on Twitch, Facebook, YouTube, this new thing that I found called Trovo, or even on Twitter. I'm Ryan Bauer, the Bearded Sim Racer. This is the 24 Hours of Lemons iRacing League. You know where you are. You know why you're here. We're glad you're here. Feel free to get in on the conversation. Eric, what's up, man? It's been a minute.
It has been a minute. I was on very briefly last week after the Thompson race while I was driving home. Glad to be back.
That was intense, by the way.
Oh, baby. Yeah, we'll have to talk about that. We got plenty of time tonight, this being
Absolutely.
a 2-hour enduro. So we'll talk plenty about Thompson and the Lemons rally that's going on right now in California. Should just be wrapping up. And I just sent you some photos that we can splash on the screen when
Excellent.
when we get around to talking about that. But glad to be here.
Yeah, awesome. So tonight we have the typical Sunduro setup. We have 7 different cars tonight. Looks like we have some teams and also some Ironman stuff going on here. We have 27 and a half minutes left here in the warm-up session, and then we will have a 2-hour Sunduro throwdown where we will talk about stuff and watch race cars do cool things. We do trust Jeff Gordon's Fisherman, and we do recommend you vote for Beavis and Butthead in 20 because they will provide TP for everyone's bunghole.
Man, I've been away too long. I missed the reference there, but that's excellent.
It was on a car, and I asked for the picture and got it immediately, so it was fun. It had to happen.
Yeah, that's fantastic.
And then I had some extra free time, so I decided to do some Photoshop work and make our ZZF sign not block what's going on the track, but yet add some flavor to the conversation.
I like it. You know, it's Lemons, so nobody even needs to know the track map anyway. It hardly matters.
It's true. It's true. I just figure we can use it to see where the cars are and for demolition derby and whatnot. So, yeah.
Valid. Totally valid.
Right,
Yeah.
I try to have valid things. And of course, Roomba Cat in the house.
Ooh, up in the top left now. Man,
As you
I
do.
have been gone a while.
As you do.
Thank you guys for picking up my slack while I was on vacation, then on extended quarantine, and then at a race. So it's been a wild 3 weeks for me. Just kind of making sure I could make it to the race in Connecticut and had to stick in the Upper Peninsula for an extra week, where there is very little internet, it turns out.
Lady Albernon in chat pointing out that Roomba Cat is cleaning up to the chat. Literally cleaning up the chat. Great. Love it. Lady always has the classic comments. Keep them coming.
Yeah, that's A+ work there.
Absolutely. So as we see Anthony making some laps here around beautiful Lime Rock Park, as we see Mustang doing Mustang things. Look out, Anthony does a good job of avoiding that. Excellent.
What's on that Mustang? Looks
Let's check it out.
very festive, shall we say?
Go to the right. We'll just click around till we... There it is. Look at
Eric
this fest-
Hesser, Wisconsin Crap Racing.
Oh, festive indeed.
See
Got the
some
show out right.
Fireball.
Ooh.
Oh, it's Malort. It's Chicago. So you got Lori Lightfoot, mayor of Chicago.
Nice.
Malort. Somebody doing a hot dog totally wrong.
Yes. I think that was intentional.
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, there's so much going on here.
Portillo's, Baja, Wisconsin.
Ooh, I like the Nemesis Lab sticker. That's good.
Ooh,
Yes,
I
you
like
do.
the Yeti graphic, by the way, on the lower panel there.
Oh,
That's
instead of
most
Yeti, yes. There it is.
that's fantastic.
I think we might have figured our stuff out now. And not be causing echoes for everybody. Maybe? Yeah.
Let's see. It's way better, but still doing it. Push to talk would fix it for sure. Ooh, Mad Dog 2020. Throwback. Excellent.
Yeah.
That was
And old style,
when we
very
were in
Chicago.
the... oh, sorry about that. I was going to say, that's when we were in the any functioning adult stage, and we now realize that those functioning adults are Beavis and Butthead.
Ah,
We're
checks
good.
out. I like the Lay's Malort flavor also on the door.
That's
If
legit.
anybody, if you don't know what Malort is, by the way, it is the most foul liqueur that exists in the universe, and is. I think it's entirely based in Chicago. So some Chicago family basically brewed it in a bathtub in a basement and was like, "This will be great," and then it kind of is a thing. And so,
Excellent.
yeah, the Chicago welcome
Oh,
party.
no. I guess that answers the question I had reading in chat. Brandon Wyatt saying, please tell me they have TDIs tonight. Answer to that question is unfortunately on this car, and it says free the Jettas, so I'm going to go with no Jettas tonight.
I think we're rotating. Oh, Crystal Pepsi, by the
We're
way.
breaking tradition.
Money.
Oh, it's probably fine. That's excellent. I think you're exceeding the value of your car with that Fanatic logo, but that's okay.
Like it.
Look at the resolution on that grill. Man, it's incredible.
Man, Crystal Pepsi. I don't think I ever had Crystal Pepsi when it was a thing briefly.
No,
the
only
clear cola.
the reissue here. Yeah.
I never had New Coke either. I think that was before my time, actually.
Good stuff. Got here.
Light beer. Oh, the generic
Ooh,
beer. That's
yes.
good. Matt Murphy hasn't been around for a while, I don't
Good to
think.
see you, Matt
Good to see,
Murphy.
one of the people who helped us found this stupid thing.
Yes,
So,
that's right. I got really excited because I thought it was my friend Matt Murphy, but I'm glad it's your friend Matt Murphy. He's cool too.
yeah, it's Tarp Racing.
Yeah.
Races the Hatsune Miku.
Nice.
Yeah, there it is.
Yeah, it's on the
car.
on the back there.
Yep.
Yep.
Most excellent. I do like that. The light beer, generic beer theme
Oh yeah.
looks really good on the street stock there. That is fantastic.
Well played, Matt. You're gonna make a return. Do it in style.
That's right. Wonder if
look
he's
and see what
racing
you've
with
seen.
any of the other Tarp regulars.
Let's take a look. Let's see. Yes, he's with Nathan Adler tonight.
All right. there
Both
you
from
go.
the Plains region of this U.S. of A.
I believe they're Oklahoma natives, but I'm not sure. Love the Yedios car. That's become a classic as well.
Ooh, yes. Jam cars matter. That's right, Ron. As you do.
What is the quarter panel graphic there? Crazy.
Crazy
Crazy
Eddie.
Eddie.
His prices are insane. I'm a fan of Crazy Eddie. Blown Stimulus Esports. Watch the jam car, please. I like the license plate. Looks like it has like a cover on it.
Oh yeah,
That.
yeah.
Whoa.
It's got
I think
the
it's just a reflection, but that's nice.
what was it? The radar defeating
Yes.
plastic cover.
Oh,
that was
that's what
on
that is. That's hilarious.
every
If that's what
car.
that is, that's hilarious.
Yeah.
Wow. Do those work on toll cameras?
Camaro, so I wouldn't get so many tickets.
Oh, it's
man.
Joe. Oh no, it's Oh no Joe. we don't show his face around here. Okay. Nice. I like that. The car is well done. It's busy, but it's not too busy.
I agree. Waddy in the chat says he's got Malort in his cabinet. I manage to give it away every time people give me Malort. Although the novelty of giving people Malort for the first time never wears off. That is always a good
It's a
time.
gift that just
Yeah.
keeps on giving because you.
That's right.
Because you drink it.
I've
really
never had
slow.
the pleasure of Malort, but I've heard about how just wonderful it is.
It is a most special kind of beverage. It's barely a beverage, if we're going to be honest. Mostly it just leaves you with this awful taste in your mouth for hours. And as he points out, it's hilarious as long as the person doesn't know what it is. So you
Nice
tell them,
wheels,
"Oh,
Jim."
it's the local flavor, and you give them the drink. and then they ask you why you hate them so much.
Those wheels are just popping, Jim. Nicely done.
That is really good.
Oh, he's taking the chicane route. Look out. Oh, I picked a good time to get off of that car. Hold on.
It's the glitter of the wheels kind of fits with the stripper theme.
It's
That's
very
good.
as he gets it all wrong at the top of the hill.
I think he was airborne
getting
there.
Airborne.
It's not where the champagne room is there.
That was
Not
well
where
done.
the champagne room is.
No. Ooh, nice. The Lucas oil machine. Ooh, I love the. Well done.
I don't know,
Love
for
the,
some reason
throwback.
the color makes the arrow back pop really,
Yes. Yep.
really profoundly there. Not profoundly. That's totally the wrong
Someone
word, but
spent
yeah.
way too much time on this, but it is nice.
That's what I think about most of the cars in here. Really.
That's fair. That's fair.
You know what was interesting about being at Meat Space Lemons races is to see so many of them really finely polished or painted because everybody's had so much extra time on their hands. That's been kind of hilarious, you know. Well, we got bored, so we put a good coat of paint on it.
We definitely didn't do that.
No.
Yeah.
Kyle, I will figure out how to give you whitelist in a second. That way you can post your usual things. And I'm trying to see who it was. Day Hot Shot, thank you for the follow. You did that during the countdown. Wanted to thank you. Appreciate you. Appreciate everybody out there watching tonight. Again, whether you're watching on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, or Trovo, because that's a thing now. I want to thank everybody for tuning in tonight. Why1011, thanks for the follow. Makes me happy when I see Gunter dance. But yeah, thanks.
Curious if 1011 is an airplane reference.
Has
1011,
anyone
famous
ever
airplane.
done a 24 Hours of Lemons race with a actual Yugo? Asking
We've
for
had
a
a
friend.
couple of them.
Really?
Yep.
It's Trovo.
The-
Sorry.
Worth mentioning, the very first Yugo lasted about 3 corners before it ended up on its lid, which is about right. And then we've had another one, maybe 2 of them. Yeah, that have done okay. I think Spank had one of them, and no, that was a Lacar in Houston that was done up like Pepe Le Pew. That's worth finding you a photo of that.
Yes, it is. And I'm glad you said photo because I need to go check my. Hold on a second. Get something for a colleague. Yeah. You get that picture as we watch Matt Murphy work around here. As it's set to most exciting, we'll await for someone to do something exciting.
Is
Hope
this
every-
exciting? Is this as good as we get?
Yeah, well, currently,
The
yes.
generic beer theme is pretty exciting. You know.
Well, it is
Everyone loves that.
beautiful. You know, between the cranked up visuals and the motion blur and the sharpening tonight, it's just a beautiful thing going on the screen.
I do like that he's advertising both kinds of beer. One
I
side
just-
is beer, the other side is light beer.
I just noticed that. That's really good, actually. God, where did I have... I had beer like this from somewhere. It was some store label, but it was labeled like just beer and light beer, and it was not bad.
Probably a place that you can get mail art too.
In Malort, yeah.
So Malort and
Valid.
plain beer, the same place. That's the place to go. It sounds like.
I think that's right, actually.
Nice.
Yeah.
I like it. That's a crunchy one. Crank it.
I feel like that's a kind of like a Midwestern VFW hall kind of thing, like in the middle of nowhere.
So I have some VFW Hall stories if we want to go down
I
that
do too,
road.
actually.
Okay. If we want to go down that rabbit hole tonight, but
Yeah, punk shows at the
Yes.
VFW.
yes,
Yep.
yes.
Totally a thing.
Oh God.
I will say, I worked at a movie theater many, many years ago, and the owner was a member of the Moose Lodge, which is, you know, some other variant thereof, of the, you know, brotherhood of old dudes drinking beer. And
Yeah.
Friday night was $2 old styles and $8 steaks. So we would go after the Friday rush of
What?
the movie theater. We would go and have $2 old styles with our $8 steaks. And it was about as good as a $2 beer and an $8 steak can be. So
Yeah. Jay Becker with the neonism VHS throwback machine. You'd love to see it.
I'm gonna disappear for a second while I find a picture of the La car.
Nice. Oh yeah, I think I'm familiar with that.
Oui.
So, yeah, oh yeah, we can break that back out for sure. So
we have so many French references and pictures.
we do. They're all still here. So my VFW story is similar to Eric's with music involved, but a lot of that, mostly high school and college years, but a lot of time spent at the good old VFW because you gave them $100, they pretty much let you do whatever you want. So shout out to the VFW.
And how old were you when this happened?
Oh, this is like
Under 18, under 21?
oh yeah, we didn't have alcohol there or anything like that. Like we were smart about it.
You
with that
made it
kind of
sound
stuff.
scandalous, so I was just
Oh no,
trying to
no,
figure out
no!
how
Like,
legal.
well, when you let a high school kid rent out a VFW hall because he has cash, I mean, there's nothing wrong with that, right?
Only good things come from that.
Yeah,
You know,
exactly.
that's not totally different from racetracks renting to lemons, really, when you get down to it.
It's true. If we could figure out who that was.
We got the money, just look away for a while.
Oh, Raymond Muratori.
Your check
getting it
clears.
wrong.
We're just not going to worry about it.
F's in chat for Raymond Muratori. What do they call that? Landscape? No, not landscape. Agricultural racing here at Lime Rock.
There you go.
Yeah, it took me a minute, but you get it.
Well, Eric, I think it actually worked out better that way at Thompson this past weekend. Is the track just left and you guys ran everything, and it was so much better.
That's
Yeah.
That's
Way
a unexpected perk of the social distancing and understaffingness that everyone's going through right now. You run out of facility, they're probably not going to pay too much attention to what you do.
There's a lot of truth in that. The track actually was really supportive on the back end for us, but yeah, once we kind of took over everything, they scattered pretty quickly.
And hopefully we were well enough behaved. I mean, there was no cops called and,
Nothing really caught on fire this year, which is kind of a new thing for
or people for that
No
matter.
fires. Wow.
The Dodge Daytona did catch on fire a little bit, but
It wasn't people and stuff.
yeah, it was only a little bit.
Nice recovery
Wow,
there, Kevin.
that's quite a line there.
Keep it out of the tires. Well done. With the Mustangs, when the ass starts sliding back and forth like that, it's either
Just go with it.
yeah. That's what he did there. It was well done.
I love that there's one left turn on the whole course and he screwed it up.
Yeah. It happens. Ooh, Carl.
I think an American car would know how to turn left.
You would think.
You think it'd be
Where's
confused by
Matt
the rest of the
Sicko when
track.
you need him? He's got things to
Sorry,
say about
the
turn
sorry
left.
car doesn't know.
Duct Tape and Dreams asking, is any track turn down lemons? Yes, a long
course.
time ago. I won't name names, but it was a West Coast-ish track that booked us without really realizing what we were. And then as the date was approaching, looked us up on the internet. I was like, oh no, we can't have that. So then they canceled our date.
So we've got 2 hours to execute this. What do we give Tyler for a paint job tonight? I let him get away with Pepto-Bismol last time. This time I think, see, it's 420 cars, so
Oh man, that's... Can you just panel it with...
Yep. Oh yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I can literally take any PNG or whatever and throw it over the car template, and it'll just.
All right. Well, let me head over to Google Image.
All right, cool. I'll get the template ready. Chris and Chrissy, tell us about your weekend compared to last weekend. The craziness of the race at Thompson. Awesome podcast you guys recorded. Tell our listeners and viewers where they can check out that podcast so they can get all the information that we seem to fail to mention when we tell the stories of the meat space races here on the 24 Hours of Lemons virtual racing network.
Yeah, thanks, Ryan. We can find it at wherever you get your podcasts, Everyone Racers. Also, Shout Engine, iTunes, any place like that. Also, we have been recording the Zoom meetings of our podcast and putting them on YouTube. So on
You
the
can see all the times when we say, "Oh, look at this," and it's terrible podcast
Yep,
content.
bad audio.
So you can
good
literally
video.
point to things
So-
for people now. Chrissy, I know you probably enjoy that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Look
So
at
that's
this. This is
on
what
our
I'm- this
YouTube
is what I'm
channel,
trying to
Everyone
tell you.
Racers.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Yeah, your YouTube channel.
Yeah, YouTube channel Everyone Racers has just got recordings of us because we do no editing. The show is the show, and that's it. And so it's really easy to put up on YouTube when we're doing a Zoom meeting anyway. So there it is. So on our YouTube channel, Everyone Racers, or wherever you get your podcasts, Everyone Racers, and we'll tell the story of the good times had last weekend. This weekend we were just mostly calming down and doing a whole lot of nothing, which was really great. We're just kind of getting ready we're going to do a backcountry backpacking trip on the White Mountains in New Hampshire next weekend. So we're getting ready for that right now.
Oh, I'm so jealous of that. Damn.
Nice. Yeah, Andrew, we're working on it.
Yeah, going far away from everything during the middle of all this, really awesome. Turns out.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I mean, usually we have a little 17-foot Boston Whaler. We go out on that, which is, we were social distancing before it was cool, but now it's even better. But we have all this gear for hiking and camping, and we're like, well, we should do something with that. And of course, then we had to go buy several $100s more gear to keep doing what we already had gear to do. So anyway, that's next weekend.
It's a lot like the same kind of scope creep you get building a race car, it turns out.
Totally. And also, actually, we were having this discussion that when you go backcountry camping is like going racing, and that you bring a bunch of stuff that you really hope you're never going to need.
That's right. Yeah.
And if you do need it, things have gone poorly. But if you don't bring it, they'll go even worse.
That's
so
right.
You got to bring it.
That's totally right. Yeah. I wonder if like experienced backpackers would be good lemons racers. That's a good question.
They're used to being dirty, so that's good.
You know, Steve McDaniel is a very experienced backpacker. Now, whether you would consider him a successful lemons racer or not, that's probably another discussion. F's in the chat for totally.
Yeah. F's in chat for Amanda there. That was good. I think Steve's crashed a few cars, but Steve is also now living the dream for him of no one can come onto his compound in Nevada, and he's good with that, and he doesn't want to have people around, and this is why he has a compound in Nevada that cost him less than Chrissy's daily driver. So, yeah.
Oh man, I got a new daily driver we can talk about also, by the way.
What'd you get?
I bought a 2011 Volvo V50 T5 R Design.
Ooh, long route for life, yo.
Yeah, totally. I've been shopping Mazda 5s because I was about to give up on life. Which actually they have them with a stick, and I was shopping ones with stick.
Hey, Chrissy's parents bought one brand new in 05, and I've maintained it to almost doing nothing really since then. With 150,000 miles, it's been great. And Chrissy's Mazda 3 has quarter million miles on it.
Yeah, it's the same underpinnings, which is funny because also the Volvo is the same underpinnings as the Mazda 3 and the Focus.
Absolutely. Yep.
This one cropped up for sale about 50 miles from me, and I knew it wasn't going to last long, and I knew it was pretty much what I was looking for, so I went and bought it on Friday. So, super happy with it so far.
Excellent.
Turbo 5, 220 horsepower, front wheel drive. Sounds amazing. And
yeah, that's great.
Now I'm a Euro car snob for the first time in my life, so I got that going for me.
Hey, and they apparently just run forever. I mean, just do the timing belt at 100,000 or whatever it is, and the thing's just gonna keep going.
Yep. So, pretty cool stuff. The Focus is going to a Lemons iRacer, who is going to make a rally car out of it, which is great. So that was all the way this morning. So for the second time, a car I own is going to become a Lemons rally vehicle. I don't know if I should be proud.
That's about right. If you've done it well, if you use up your car enough that its only life left is something in Lemons.
Yeah.
So that's what happened to my mom's Civic Waggle van that she bought in 2000. I was in college. It was like 2000. She bought it, and I did a bunch of work to it at the time, and she daily drove it in the wintertime only, and never washed it for 10 years. And then it got so rusty it wouldn't pass any sort of inspection in Massachusetts. And then she drove it down to us to say, "Here, you'll do something with this." And like 10 miles from our house, the exhaust fell off. So it was perfect.
That is fantastic. And exhaust is what ultimately killed the Focus for me, because was the coupler from the manifold pipe down to the cat broke, and then the catalytic converter started sucking in other things and it got clogged. So it needs a new catalytic converter. And the car's worth about $11. So I was like, nah, it's probably a good time to quit.
I just want to shout out to Joe in the comments there. Thanks, Joe. Appreciate you listening to the episode. I'm glad you enjoyed the story. It was even cooler in person, but I'm glad some of it came across.
I don't know if you guys caught it. Go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say we watched the video last night because Chris hadn't seen.
Well, the in-car video from our car.
Yeah, so we were both standing, 1 foot from the television, standing, dancing. We know what happened. We were just watching the video, replaying it, and it was still stressful then. So check out that last episode. It was great, kind of crazy.
We'll get to the story of how I found out you guys won in a second, but yeah, I was going to say something. I totally spaced on it. Man. Well, let's just talk about how I discovered you guys won then.
Great segue. That's great.
So what happens on the last lap, if you're unfamiliar, if you've never flagged or been on race control radio, is race controller calls over the radio, a lead car, white flag or final lap. I don't think we ever throw out a white flag, but we'll say final lap. And then each of the corner stations will call the car number as it passes that station. So, turn 1 was car 992 in this instance. Turn 2 has 992. And, it goes all the way around the track, and I have the radio there as I'm waiting for the cars to come into the paddock. So I'm listening, 992. There's 12,000 other things happening, so I'm just getting bits and pieces. And somebody else is talking to me or whatever. And then I just hear a corner call out the wrong number, which is great also, but they say 962 lost a wheel. And I'm like, wait, what? And then I hear Mental, who's about 100 feet away, just start screaming incoherently because he's on the radio with Chris, who is also reporting that the race leader lost a wheel a corner and a half from the checkered flag. And so I just start standing there and saying, no way, like there's no way that just happened. That's insane. And Mental's shouting incoherently, and 150 other people kind of just, around the paddock, 6 feet apart, as F's in the chat for Nate Schlavine there. They all just start looking around like, what the hell is even happening? What is happening? Why is there a guy screaming, and why is there a guy saying, no way? And eventually I'm able to explain that the race leader lost a wheel, like a corner from the end, but like for a solid 30 seconds, yeah, exactly. 30 seconds of that, the cool down lap, people were like, what just happened? Like, what the hell just happened? And it was just bizarre, but Mental screaming incoherently will be forever etched in my memory because he was shouting words, but they weren't words at all.
So he was screaming. We were listening to Chris, and we were like, but I said, whoever comes over that hill first is the winner. Because he's like, Mental's like, we won. I was like, because Johnson was 1.3 seconds behind us. So
right.
Whoever comes over, they could have been a photo finish legit, right? Like it could have been either one of them. So I said, whoever comes over that hill first finishes is the winner. And of course there was, everybody in the paddock was like, why are you crazy? Because of course if this was like, if we were 4 laps ahead, where Tully would have, if she, the car finished, they would have been, a bunch of laps ahead and they would have won and everybody would be happy. But of course, when we win, for 1.3 seconds ahead of the other leader, and we weren't going to win anyway. There was crying and yelling and craziness, and that's what the paddock looked like. So you were confused, we were confused, and happy because we don't have to do it again.
Yeah, and that was I watched a video from the Class B winner's car, who was right behind everything happening. I'm sure you guys in that video. And I didn't realize that Johnston's car dodged everybody insanely.
Yeah.
That took me like 6 or 7 watches where I was like, oh, those guys also probably pooped their pants.
Yeah, our slow-mo video Jeff posted, I think it was actually to Everyone Racers, showed the wheel coming off of the the Silly Nineties car, and it basically missed us, but also just barely missed Johnson's because they were right behind us. So I mean, this race was crazy, and like I said, we watched it last night, and we're still shaking and concerned, and we knew what actually happened and lived it. So there's that.
You should mention the wheel also directly smashed the front of the flag station. So it was amazing they could call that in at all while they dealing with their poop. So
can you guys turn the background noise down a little bit, Chris and Chrissy? You can turn that one down a little bit. We should be good. Sorry. Thank you.
Yep, will do. Sorry.
You're
Eric
fine.
comes through a lot louder than you do, Ryan. So
I know.
we're trying to keep it up.
If you right-click on Eric, you can adjust his volume. Actually, Eric, you're good, Eric. If they have the issue, they can change it there. So I've never done a car with no base layer before on iRacing. This should be interesting.
Yeah, one other note just on that 1.3 seconds is the closest race ever in Lemons by half, because the next closest one was 2.6 seconds. So there you go.
Here's a look at your starting grid tonight, brought to you by Top Flight Computers. If you're in the market for an iRacing machine workstation or have any interest in custom water cooling, Top Flight Computers are the experts that can provide everything you need. Check them out today at topflightpc.com. Remember to use the code TFCRB1 to help support Bearded Sim Racer and also save you some money. Green flag about to drop here at Lime Rock for 2 hours of Sunduro fun. And the green flag about to drop. You see the 87s at the front of the field.
Hell yeah.
Instant regret for not putting them at the back.
Oh man, that's a great suggestion, Lady Auvernon, by the way. Instead of Wrangler, someone should run Jordache Monte Carlo.
Ooh. Can I get a Jordache logo? Car.
Or how about a Spree?
Ooh.
Oh man. If only there was a Lotus Esprit that they could race. The Esprit
If
would really
only.
just be slam dunk.
I am caring way too much about what this looks like. That's okay.
I love that you're designing a livery during the broadcast. That makes me so happy.
I'm glad. That's I like to utilize the technology. A good battle here at the front with these 387 cars as we see the view from the Top Flight Computers chopper. To come off the final turn down the straightaway. There's only an hour and 59 more minutes of this, ladies and gentlemen. If you don't regret it yet, you will soon that you're tuning in tonight. So thank you for being here. And I'm sorry.
That chopper's doing a great job of keeping up with traffic all the way around the track. Really,
yes,
it's amazing.
It's actually a drone, but you know, with the FAA and everything right now, I decided to call it a chopper. You know. Don't give me.
And that is
As long as someone gets to it, that's all that really matters.
That's right. Actually on TV mixed, so who knows what camera it'll pick. Ooh,
I like it.
that's a good shot if you're running the chicane layout. Yeah, if you're running the chicanes, that's a great camera.
Yeah, I'm really happy we're not running the chicanes because the classic track is way more fun and way more exciting as people come up over the hill.
It's a little more speed, I think, right?
Yes, a lot more. And
Totally.
I know what this is lacking. As soon as I'm done with this paint job, we're gonna hang out at the top of the hill and watch the cars fly up. It'll be fun.
Yeah, the hill leads me to my Lime Rock story, is that I did a Skip Barber 3-day racing school at Lime Rock back when I was like 20. And I managed to come over the top of that hill, and I put 2 off on the left. And as I'm fighting to get back on track, I didn't come back on track gently enough. This is a lesson I learned. So when the front tires bit, the car spun and went hard right, and I backed into a tire wall at 80 in a Formula Dodge. And I wiped the entire left side of that car off of it. And this is when you didn't have to pay for damage at Skip Barber or have insurance or any of that stuff. So I just got another car and kept going. So you're welcome to all those people that now have to pay for damage.
Wow.
So I got my money's worth.
You're a pioneer, you know that? Incredible.
I know. And I still have the nose cone from the Formula Dodge sitting on the wall of the garage. So I feel good about that.
That's pretty
But I also learned that day, if you put 2 off, just relax, take it easy, and very gradually enter the track again. And I've never made that mistake again. So thanks, Skip Barber.
learning the real lessons in racing school.
All right. That's the roads.
I do believe that former Lemons staffer and budding professional racer once upon a time, Jeff Glenn, raced Barber Pro Dodge, which was similar cars. I think a little more.
Yeah, I think they had better tires and some aero, as opposed to, the people off the street that just have a checkbook. They put you on all season Michelin's. So that was the way to limit things.
Yeah,
I mean, you're still going pretty fast.
Because they know when you slide backwards into a tire wall, it's also flat spotting the tires. They don't have the budget for that. So
F's in
Totally.
chat for the cloud that's making it look crappy right now, but it is kind of pretty when you come around the corner. Oh, nice.
oh, nice pass. Look at that. Real racing right there.
Oh, Nate
and a
lifting the
cutback.
left. Oh.
And a punt.
Oh.
That's racing right there.
Oh.
Yeah.
Insert
Yeah,
Denny
on
Hamlin.
Monday we ran
except
this.
Instead of short track racing, that's road course racing. Sorry, Chris, go ahead.
Yeah, I was saying on Monday we ran this on our Everyone Racers Monday night race, and we were all totally exhausted from the weekend, but I managed to get on for one of them, and I pulled out the 87 Thunderbird, and I have to say it was surprisingly not as horrible as I thought it was going to be. I mean, it's a big car and hustle it around, but if you put the gears tight enough and do a road course setup on the suspension, it was all right.
Didn't work. What the hell? Roadster. Yeah. Huh. Let me try that again.
Dang.
I'll get it.
It's funny you mentioned being tired on Monday. I drove back from Connecticut to Chicago, and I didn't hit the wall of tired until like Thursday, and I've been tired since Thursday.
Oh, man, that's rough.
Oh man, yeah, like we recovered.
Monday, Tuesday, we're trying.
Yeah, Monday, Tuesday were rough. Wednesday was a little better. Yeah, today we just was kind of a lazy day preparing for next weekend.
It was like a comedy of errors going home, by the way. It was fine-ish most of the way. Normal driving through Ohio awfulness. And I got to South Bend, Indiana, like an hour from my house, and the ridiculous storm that wrecked Iowa, ran headlong into me. And so I was driving like 12 miles an hour on the highway. I was like, all right, just looking for an exit. There's no exit because it's the stupid Indiana toll road. And then I get to like the last toll booth on my entire journey, and the power was out on it. So instead of just opening the gates, they just backed everybody up for like 3 miles. So I was stuck at a toll booth just trying to get home after a 15-hour drive. It was super awesome.
That sounds great.
Yeah. It's like, really? Of course it has to be this way. So that's how the end of my race weekend went. Oh, there we go. It's later from Dazed and Confused on the 420 car.
That's better.
Okay, so the transparent logo you sent me was not transparent.
It's not transparent.
It was not transparent. So I was hoping that the whole car not being transparent would work, but it stayed on the hood. That actually kind of looks like carbon fiber. It's cool.
There you go.
All right, if you want to add anything else to this, it's literally drag and drop from here. So it's good. It's a good start.
Yeah, we should just see how much crap we can pile on this thing over 2 hours.
Yeah, and I love that the numbers are in the wrong spot because I used the wrong template, so that was cool.
Even better.
Yes.
All right.
All right.
It doesn't
Any
matter.
requests in chat
No problem.
for things we can add to Nick DeCuzzi's car?
There we go.
He's out there with
Yeah,
Tyler
the
Stank.
chat's gonna have
Ooh,
that.
something
yeah.
with stank. Like Judge Phil would say, something with stank.
That's right. Dank stank for Nick
Dank
DeCuzzi in the 420.
Dude, you got it. You got it. Coming right up. Turn off the camera tool so we
Also, I have seen Dazed and Confused so many times.
yes.
So many times.
Oh
I used
man.
to watch that and Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas in high school all the
God.
time.
LaCroix
And Pulp
logo.
Fiction.
Sure. Oh, and we got to fix Anthony's car too. Remind me to do that after this.
Stunt Granny pointing out that we should find out what is too much stuff and back off a little. I feel like we should find out what's too much and then add like 3 more things.
So the Spinal Tap, these go to 11. That's going on the back.
Yep.
Anything worth doing is worth overdoing.
That's
So here we
right.
go.
Welcome to Lemons.
How we do it.
So Eric,
As
you
we
want to
do.
give a rental car review on your fine Jeep Cherokee Trailhawk that you had this weekend?
That thing was horrendous. Everything about it was like,
Sorry.
it's like, well, it was the Chrysler of rental cars. I mean, really, if we're going to get down to it. It was like they have all the right ideas on what things should be in the car, but they have no idea how to make it happen. So they get like some half-assed version of like everything. The Bluetooth worked. Like, and I don't use Bluetooth. I plugged my phone into the USB thing, and it still like worked like 30% of the time. Like, I don't know how that happens in a 2020 model. Like, that is a thing that's been around for 10 years at this point. Nate Schlevine's spinning there, by the way. It handles like dog crap. And, it has the 300 horsepower V6, but it weighs so much that doesn't matter. Boy, that view of sky, by the way, going up the hill is fantastic. Yeah, generally crap. The seat was comfortable enough for a road trip. I'll give him that pun.
That's
How's
frightening,
the
coming
fuel
around a
economy?
corner and seeing a Mustang already sideways. That scared me. Anyway, sorry.
Fuel economy was mid-20s on the highway, which shouldn't be a thing anymore. Also, either.
I mean, that's pretty decent. Although I would just, I guess my fuel economy standards are strange in that, our suburban tow vehicle, it gets
Right.
11 no matter what happens.
No matter what you do.
Right. Empty, right? But our old AMG Mercedes that I sold to Mental, that got, if you're just on the highway, it gets 20 even, and if you're on track, it'll burn through a quarter tank of gas in a 20-minute session. Like, it sucks right down. But our new E400 wagon surprisingly gets 28 miles per gallon, cruising at like 85. I was really impressed at how good that is.
You know, I saw an E400 wagon this weekend. I was like, damn, that's a sharp looking car. So that's well done. That's good taste you guys have, by the way.
Hey, thanks. Yeah, it took us a long time to kind of figure out what we wanted, but it's been really fantastic. Especially the part where the car will do stop and go traffic for you. Like, you're in stop and go traffic, and it does the stop, the go, the steer, you name it. You just sit there in the vented seat getting a massage while the car drives the traffic for you.
And
It's kind of
because
nice.
it's German, it also tells you how efficient it's being at the same time, I'm sure.
Totally. Yeah.
This is
And then makes it
85% efficiency. You can program it higher if you would like.
Huh?
And then you can change the interior lights to, there's only 64 colors to pick which one you want.
I changed like twice during a trip.
Yeah.
Just 'cause.
No, it's really been quite great. We're really happy with it. So,
They're lookers too.
totally.
So slightly better than a Jeep Cherokee Trailhawk. I don't know why there was a Trailhawk in the rental fleet, but when I returned it, there was another one with like enormous dents all over it. And I was like, man, I did it wrong. I totally did it wrong.
F's in chat for Ray Minotori right there. Been in and out. Sorry, Ray. But Eric, from everything you told me about the Cherokee, it still sounds like it's better than the Nissan Altima, which is maybe one of the worst vehicles currently been made.
Wait, what?
Well,
Wait,
Go
what?
ahead.
I have a 2015, so maybe that doesn't apply to mine because it's not currently made.
Does the
Well,
it's CVT in it?
Yes, it does.
Hmm.
And I
that was the
use
previous-
and I turn the overdrive off to engine brake like all the time. So
Well, that was the previous generation. The
I
current
trust in the
generation
Jeff
is
Gordon CVT Fisherman.
the current generation is a solid step back in every possible way.
Sure.
We rented one in Florida, and it was a car had 2,000 miles on it. It was not able to go straight down a flat new Florida highway without constant wandering.
Yeah.
The powertrain calibration, I think it was some engineer intern's first day who did that. It was that bad. This power steering would load up and then all of a sudden let go, just in a normal corner, right? It was just so
that echo
terrible.
was epic. Sorry.
That was really good.
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna mute for a second.
power
Sorry, Chris. I always
The
feel
power
like you get
steering
mad at me.
comment did remind me of the thing about the Trailhawk that scared me the most, by the way. which was on the highway every so often. Usually, like once you had the wheels straightened for a while, and then you'd have to make, a normal minor adjustment for wind or whatever. There was like a few second millisecond delay, and then it would grab, and then it would yank, like you were giving it more input than you were actually giving it, and the car would kind of jerk a few inches instead of, a normal, gradual correction. So you're always feeling like the thing was like about to just tank slap as you're going down the highway at 70, going straight down a straight piece of road. Oh, wow. F's in the chat for everybody there.
Sounds confidence inspiring, Eric. That's what you want when you pay $30,000 for a new car.
Yeah, and the irony being that like I'd had a rental Nissan Rogue, which again, nothing to be super inspired by, but like a week before, and it was, easy to drive, efficient, didn't wander all over the road. So I mean, and I'm no Nissan apologist, I should mention. That is a fantastic bowling into the left-hander right there, by the way. Yeah, so it just made the trail lock that much worse. So, I guess if you're going to live on a gravel road out in the middle of nowhere, it's probably okay to live with, but if you're going to be on the highway at all with it, would not recommend.
So if you only have a Chrysler dealer in the town you live in and you don't try anything else, it probably seems okay.
That reminds me of a story. So I was working on a story that never ended up getting published because the editor of the website moved on before I could finish the story, and also my hard drive ate all the photos for it. But I went to Iowa to a couple of really awesome junkyards full of old cars, and along the way found this tiny town. I think it's called Swedesburg. Literally a town of 100 people, and they had a Studebaker dealership in town. And it was the only dealership within like 30 miles. You had to go to Iowa City if you're going to get anything else. And so literally everybody in this town of 100 people drove Studebakers in the 50s and 60s. It was just fantastic to imagine an entire town full of Studebakers.
If only we could be so lucky now, really.
I know. Like even like the dealership closed when Studebaker closed in the mid 60s. And I talked to somebody in the town, and she's like, oh yeah, my first car, yeah, I went and bought a brand new 64 Studebaker Daytona, which, in reality, I think they sold like 11 of those, or whatever. And yeah, of course, this town full of Studebaker loyalists is where at least one of them went.
We haven't seen nearly enough Studebakers in Lemons.
That's totally true. We've seen two. Is it two? There's NSF had the Hawk, and there was a Lark out west.
Someone needs to run a Bullet Nose Champion. Like,
oh, totally.
Got to do it.
With a Fozzie Bear theme. I mean, you can't not.
Totally. But I think you could put a 4-liter out of a Cherokee into it, so it actually would go somewhere, as opposed to the 80 horsepower flathead that it came with.
Right.
That probably fit in fine. Not a big deal. Isn't Studebaker kind of sort of related to AMC? Like, didn't they get bought up with Nash, and they got bought up with somebody else, and who the hell knows?
Yeah, more or less. I don't know if Studebaker technically ended up in its lifetime being part of AMC. I think AMC ended up with some of the remnants thereof, but I don't know if they did anything with it. They get lumped in with all the other American orphans.
I still love that the Studebaker test track out in your neck of the woods there, Eric, that has the
What's up, Podium
trees
Esports?
that say Studebaker.
Yeah.
What's up, fam? Hope you guys had a great stream tonight for the GameWorks Racing League at Bristol. I'm sure there was some mayhem at Bristol. Appreciate the raid. Everyone just tuning in and joining us this evening. This is the 24 Hours of Lemons iRacing League. If you're interested in getting involved and joining in on the fun, check out isuckatracing.com. I am Ryan Bauer, the Bearded Sim Racer. With me here tonight is Eric Rude from 24 Hours of Lemons, and Chris and Chrissy from Three Pedal Mafia, also representing the Everyone Racers podcast. They recently just won and podium with the second team car at the Meat Space race at Thompson last weekend, so a lot to talk about. And feel free to get in on the conversation, whether you're watching again on Twitch, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, or Trovo. So welcome. Thanks for the raid.
What were they racing at Bristol? Is it NASCAR?
Yeah, NASCAR Cup cars.
Stuff?
Yeah, fixed setup. There's some I think there's a couple Coke drivers in there, and I know there's a couple drivers from Garrett Main's races in there. He's pretty fast. He was used to kick my butt back in the day, but yeah, been good racing, and yeah.
I will
nice.
confess to not being a big NASCAR guy, but I will watch the short track stuff all day. That's so good. It's
that
so
road
good
course.
at Bristol. Yeah.
Yeah, both amazing.
Yeah,
Welcome to everyone.
Cup was on the Daytona road course today, weren't they? Or was that Xfinity?
Yesterday was Xfinity, which I heard was amazing, and today was Cup. I watched the ARCA race, and that was pretty incredible because it started in the rain.
Oh
That
man,
was cool.
ARCA racing on a road course is
In the rain.
it's wild. Yeah.
They don't need help, so you can imagine. But it was good. It was really good,
Correct.
actually. I enjoyed it.
The only NASCAR races I'll consider watching are the ones on the road course because it's fun just to see those guys try to hustle that big ass car around the tight road courses. It's great.
Andy Lally had a good
I talked
weekend, too.
I interviewed Joey Logano about that years ago, like 5 or 6 years ago. And he was talking about how, like, all the NASCAR regulars, like, the road course ringer is so not really a thing anymore. Like, it is in a little bit in Xfinity and in some of the other stuff, but for the most part, the normal Cup drivers do enough road course driving that they're really, really good at it. And driving those cars is, as you point out, you know, 3,600-pound car with 1,000,000 horsepower on a road course and no brakes to match it is just spectacular.
That's so funny. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Just him staring you down as the car goes by. He's like,
Yeah.
are you cool,
You
man?"
cool, man?
And that Miata goes to 11, in case you're wondering.
I mean, that car is getting better and better every time something gets done to it. So well done.
Oh, yeah. Oh, thank you. I've got the next one's going to be even better. I just kind of wanted to check in and see if there was any feedback. I started to erase the non-transparent image on the hood. There we go. What's going on that? That's supposed to be a gradient. Let me look at that again. Oh, it helps if you... Okay, got it. All right, anyway, back to your conversation. I'll work on the car.
Yeah, if any of the Podium Esports Raiders have suggestions for the livery on the 420 car, chime in the comments.
I mean, I feel like any car that you just put out as open theming is going to need a dick on it somewhere because it's always going to end up with a dick on it.
Valid.
What is up,
And I think
Kim
that's a
Kuhn?
penalty we need to
Oh, my
institute
bad.
in
I shouldn't have
races.
called you out. Thank you, Kimmy_23 for the follow. Not anybody out of the ordinary, just a random Twitch viewer. Thank you, random Twitch viewer. Big love. Nice to see you.
Thanks, Kimmy.
Kimmy
I
for the
think
win.
Meat Space Racing, Eric, I think you need to designate the worst theme of the weekend. And the penalty they get is their car gets to be rethemed by the paddock.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh my god.
Just
Yes.
put it out.
Well, I know whose car that would have been at Thompson. If it was voted on by the paddock, it would have been a flat black car, I'm pretty sure. Which would have,
You know, Matt Ferenczek Motorsports usually does a good job with themes, but this weekend was terrible.
yeah, good save there, by the way. You know, I have a for the non-mask wearers, I have a stencil made that says "funded by Soros" with dollar signs for the S's.
Ouch.
So that's waiting to go on anybody who vehemently insists on not wearing a mask. But I haven't had to bust that out yet. But the general retheming, in the past we've done, your car is boring, make duct tape flame job or retheme your car as a penalty. But having the paddock do it is next level. So I think we'll have to work on that.
I mean, most people, they show up with no theme. their attitude probably isn't great. I mean, that's not the case for Matt's team. Like they're good. Matt had a theme lined up, and then the COVID hit, and it totally ruined his theme. And then he, I don't know, had dinner, had lunch or something. I don't know what the hell he did, but anyway, he's not usually the problem. But there could be some really creative, interesting things done for the paddock themes of your car.
Yeah, no, totally. I mean, it's a possibly worrisome, as you point out, the people who show up maybe take their stuff too seriously and will get in a huff about it. But if that's your attitude, your lemons might not be the right place for you.
Yeah, I think this is kind of a self-selecting policy here, and either you get it or you don't.
Yeah.
And there we go.
Should point out that Nate Schlavine, one of the people we made do the duct tape flame job at his first race because his theme was weak.
You know, he showed up at our Everyone Racers race on Monday and totally dominated. Yeah, totally dominated. We are not that good. Yeah, just saying, but he is. So there we go. And unfortunately, Uncle Dave Carpenter, who is obviously the best iRacer of all of us and an amazing driver and team owner in general, getting that Cressida to be as the greatest 3 p.m. car of all time. Because his video card took a dump, he wasn't there to defend his honor. So Nate walked away with it.
Right. F's in chat for Dave Carpenter's video card as well.
This will be the third time we've done that, but yes, F's in chat for Dave's video card.
I mean, he it'll show up eventually. He ordered a new one on Wish, so.
Oh my! Is he a watcher of Linus Tech Tips? Because there's some high quality content there involving Wish.
Yeah, we told him to call Top Flight Computers, and he who knows?
Can't make him drink, brother.
On our team, Jeff Wakeman always ends up surprising himself with presents from Wish that he doesn't remember he ordered.
That's like, I was like that with Amazon for a while. Like, stuff would show up and be like, oh yeah, I totally forgot I ordered that.
I feel like
So Amazon,
Go ahead.
Amazon, it comes in a day and a half. Where Wish, it's like 6 months later. You're like, did I order this?
Okay, good point. Touche.
so it's not just a clever website name, is
No.
what you're saying.
Yes, it's not just a closest to English word they knew they would get right. So yeah, it's nothing like that. Times.
Whoa.
Well, that's close.
Over Jay Becker right there in Amanda Tully. Should be around coming up on our first fuel stops in the next few minutes here.
I'm disappointed that Amanda's actual race car doesn't have that giant smile on the front. Really?
Me too.
She needs to do that. Work on that, Amanda.
I'm also disappointed.
And now that I don't care about beating her, I'll tell her about it. Like,
Well, yeah, you don't tell Amanda anything about racing unless you want her to beat you twice as badly. So
Withholding information.
Or some of her team.
she's gonna
In the
keep
interest
beating
of-
us now because we're not gonna try, so it's okay.
well, she does have an IOE build coming at some point. An IOE attempt, I should say. We don't give an IOE out in advance, but
No, you gotta earn IOEs these days. Like I remember back in the day.
yeah.
Like you just showed up with something terrible and like managed to make it around the track a bit, and you'd get an IOE. But now, like you've got to get like top half of the field with an awful car to be in contention most of the time.
Yeah, I mean, we keep an eye out. If your car is literally so slow that even if it runs all weekend, it finishes like, 1/3 of the way up from the bottom, we'll still consider that. Like Bill's Sunbeam Rapier that won IOE at Thompson. That's a car that has literally run 3 races without even, anything such as a hiccup. So, they earned their IOE the hard way. They got beaten a couple times by stuff that was way worse. So,
Totally. They did the best that they could. They did the best they could possibly do at Thompson. And I have to say, they ran the perfect IOE line. They stayed right all the time. They were out of the way. It was great. I got to see their car a lot when I was held up behind it. Yeah, they did a great job.
Fozzie's lit. Checks out.
Flocka.
That's excellent.
That's most excellent. I'm totally on board with that as well.
You know, I can't even theme my car when I have like an hour before the race. And Ryan's doing it while we're doing a broadcast and doing a way better job than I've ever done. So nice job, Ryan.
Thank you.
Correct answer.
I just wonder if Tyler DeCuzzi knows that we're retheming his car during the race as we're going.
Yeah, he's. I'm sure he's one of the people that goes back and watches these. Because we like to talk about those guys a lot. So they know the punishment's coming. I warned them last time, so which as we do, you get one warning. Like legit, Anthony's next. So I've already got a good idea for that one. That'd be great.
Oh,
Whoa, Jay Becker getting it wrong in West Bend.
a little bit.
Nice recovery.
Little bit of punch speed.
Keeping it out of the tires, though. Nice job, Jay.
We see Jay going up the hill here.
F's
Yeah, this
in the
little
chat
short
for
shoot.
tires.
Yes. Oh, yes, definitely. I don't know if that warrants an F's in chat for the wreck, but yeah, for the tires, definitely.
Yeetios car there
yeah, I was
hanging
going
back.
to say maximum yeetage into West Bend. Nice recovery.
Yep, I know.
Look at the
Those
fans are riveted, by the way, in the back.
So one of the scenic cameras from here is totally the gnome, and it's excellent.
Saw that,
So
yeah.
Yeah.
Cut to it. Yeah.
See if I can find
So does each track have a gnome hidden in it? That's the deal there.
Where's the gnome? Where are you, gnome? Maybe it's not this
The
one.
gnome
Maybe
is
it's the
totally
other
one
way
when
out.
you're loading up
Yeah.
and trying to get into the
There
track.
it is.
Yeah.
There it is.
There you go.
Yes. Gnome.
In the paddock
gnome.
somewhere.
Beautiful. Oh, and America at the same time. Amazing. All right. Anyway.
Duct Tape and Dreams talking about third gen Cavalier. If that's the roundy boy ones, those if you run it stock with an auto, it's a Class C car-ish. Pretty tough to win an IOE with it. Like a first gen Cimarron or any other non-Cavalier J body, probably have a better chance of an IOE with it.
It also really depends on what else is there.
True.
You can bring a car and you can say, this is a IOE build, and you could run all weekend, and depends on what else is there.
Yep, sometimes people bring crappier stuff that runs better. It's just the way it
And we've won an IOE with the boat, I think, was in 12th, and the TR was in 10th or something like that. But both cars, in theory, were not that kind of caliber, and there was nothing else around. So you could win with cars that are C class and do well.
We'd even give IOE to B class winners. There's a Fiesta.
Sure.
A first gen Fiesta, like a 78, one Class B and finished like 8th overall at Autobahn. We give that a Class B. I will say, if you get your hands on a Toyota Cavalier that's right-hand drive and spend all the money to import it and build it for lemons, yeah, you're probably an IOE contender for all the effort that you could have just saved by going to Michigan and buying a Cavalier for $12.
It might help you to have a really good theme too.
Correct. That was one of the remarkable parts of the Toyota General Motors relationship, was that the Cavalier was built and sold in Japan with a right-hand drive version as it was like returning the favor for the Corolla being sold as a Geo Prism, which is totally not a one-for-one relationship at all.
I have a Toyota Cavalier story, but I'm going to finish chewing the trail mix I just grabbed. Hang on. So back in like 05, 06, actually between 02 and 05, I worked at a Toyota dealer in Boston. And we had a guy who was, we were trying to sell him a used car. I wasn't involved in this. I was tangentially involved. Someone else was doing it. And we had a used Cavalier on the lot. And that was like the only thing we could get him to afford because the bank wouldn't approve him for anything else, right? So he didn't want it because it was a Chevy. And he said, his friends would make fun of him if he had a Chevy. And I told the salesman at the time, I said, in Japan, they sell the Chevy Cavalier as a Toyota Cavalier. And I pulled up the, Wikipedia, pulled the whole thing. I said, look, they totally do. So the way we got the guy to agree to buy this terrible beige Cavalier was we took all the Chevy badges off it and put Toyota badges on it. And he agreed. So we sold a Toyota Cavalier in Boston in 2004-ish. And yeah, there you go.
That's fantastic. 1 in 50,000 people on the road were like, oh my God, I saw a Toyota Cavalier. It was left-hand drive, though. That was weird.
Yeah. He came back in like 6 months later saying that he would tried to trade it in for a Corolla, but he said his friends were making fun of him because he had a Cavalier with Toyota badges on it.
Oh, F's in chat for Anthony Cunha there, by the way. That's amazing. They also sold the Cavalier in England as a Vauxhall worth it. Yeah, the idea of exporting a J body to England as a fantastic American car is hilarious.
We need to see more Oldsmobile Forenzas. That's what was it Oldsmobile Forenza? Or was it Pontiac? Was Pontiac J2000, Oldsmobile Forenza? Sorry, I get lost in the GM badge.
I think the Skyhawk was the J body and the Skylark was the X body, or vice versa. I'm not sure. Yeah,
Hey, we'll take any at this point.
Yeah, any non-Cavalier J body is totally fair game in Lemons. Although the Cimarron is the holy grail. Brian Davidson asking where the ZZF sign is. It is on Route 44, Interstate 44 in Missouri, west of St. Louis, between St. Louis and Rolla, I think.
I love that it's from within an hour of where I grew up. That's incredible.
Yeah. And Stunt Grant asking if there's a Buick version for China. Probably, yeah.
Chris, you were just saying
Buick, by the way.
Chris was saying that during the actual race, when we see someone do something terrible, she was thinking, "Oh, I have some chat for them." It's a shame.
So tell the
There was
viewers.
nobody else around. I just thought it, and I'm like, I have some chat.
So I saw pictures of some F signs that were put in place at the Meat Space race, and it made me feel warm and special.
Me too.
We did that.
The iRacing cutting over to Meat Space is fantastic.
And we
I'm so
improved
happy.
the drivers some too, I believe, based on the results. And
Yeah, totally.
I know I've avoided many car accidents from what I've learned racing in the rookie classes on iRacing. So
There was an interesting discussion. I think,
Sorry,
on
car.
Facebook about
things tore up.
does iRacing improve your real racing, and in some aspects, everybody pretty much agreed that it does. It's not a 1-for-1, but you learn a lot about just kind of managing everything and driving by the senses that aren't your butt, which is how you drive a real race car. So
True. The best use of it, though, is learning a track. If there's a track that you've never been to that's on here, you will get it down in ways that you cannot get with just watching YouTube videos of it, or watching, or just looking at maps and stuff. Like Road Atlanta, for example. Well, the first time we went there, when the Lemon's first race was there in the snow, I watched all kinds of video there, but I had no idea what the elevation changes were like, that they were that serious until I was there. But if you do it on iRacing, you get that idea. So I'll give it a huge thumbs up for learning new tracks.
especially right now with no practice and no qualifying, like in NASCAR and stuff too. I know I've seen a lot of the guys and gals, different series, more so on iRacing than ever, not only as a hobby but also as a learning tool. So it's pretty incredible if you think about this, about that.
I think if you get into the iRacing before you get into the meet-based racing, it's more beneficial. Like, I've been doing the meet-based racing for so long that my butt is what I go on. So
Sure.
it's really hard for me to change it to my eyes.
Sure. Yeah,
And-
iRacing is definitely visual. You're right about that.
Yeah. So that's what I have the hardest time with. Like, I get the iRacing and it just, I can't, I don't translate it quite as well. I think just because I've been doing the other stuff for so long and I have developed a feel that works pretty well. But if you start with the iRacing a little bit more, you get the visual cues early, and then you add your butt feel onto it. I think that's probably more effective.
Definitely.
That makes sense in Lemons, especially dealing with the normal traffic in a Lemons race. A lot of that's visual cues and understanding spatial awareness, stuff like that.
Getting
But
intense right here.
it's the last 10 to 20% of the edge of the performance envelope that isn't in the visual cues. It's in feeling how the car is moving underneath you. That's really hard to get. Like, yes, I can go out and drive a lap in iRacing and be okay, but the good iRacers are getting that, what I get from the butt visually, that I'm gonna have to spend a lot of time learning. Oh, and hey, a nice update to Tyler's car. That's great. Nice job there, Ryan. Appreciate it.
We need to panel over the rear quarters at some point. So if you have any,
That's next. Anybody?
anybody have suggestions? Yep.
All
Rear
ears.
quarters, the front quarters probably have a little bit of rim too.
Yeah. Oh, and the number plates too. I'll do something about that too. There are already 420s in. Oh, I got an idea. All right. Shout out to our friends, Silent Partner, for all the fantastic music featured on the Bearded Sim Racer Network. H. Levine leading the way. I'm not sure what happened to Matt. Matt's gone. He was running second. I think Matt has had some connection problems in the past. Take a look at the iRacing server here.
It's a terrible way to lose a race.
Yeah, okay, he's blinking. Oh, there he is. Let's stay with it here, folks. Oh, he's back. He's gone. He was wrecking while he... Oh, I see sparks. Where's he gonna... Oh, he's in the pits. Who had in the pits? Let's pay it out.
Big winner in the pit.
Yeah, right. All right. All right, let's take a look at chat. We're wanting LaCroix on the 420 also maybe. But I thought about putting the sign on there. All right, LaCroix and 420.
Is that
I should say LaCroix and
limited edition
ZZF,
flavor?
Yeah, is there...
LaCroix 420.
Yes. Okay, got it. The green can will be... Yep, there we go. Got it. On it. It's fun. Oh, thank you, Staples.com, for the picture.
Green LaCroix.
Yes, lime, actually.
6-1.
Ooh, this one's really green. Key lime. Nice. Again, Staples.com coming in when you need them.
Clutch.
I was just gonna say, as they do, so clutch.
I worked for an office supply company. This is my first job out of college.
Sorry, taking screenshot.
story.
There you go. Go ahead.
That's it. That's the whole story.
Okay.
My first job. It was awful.
Cool story, bro.
Yeah. There wasn't even a beginning, middle, or end. There was just a beginning.
Oh my god.
You got a fan of Key Lime LaCroix in the comments as well.
I'm spending way too much time on this. But that's a good thing.
Real-time livery design. You
Yes.
can't get
Custom.
You're not gonna get this now.
What other producer does that for their fans?
That's
I
right.
don't think there's any. Even if there
I
are,
feel
I
like
challenge them
Brian's
to a livery off. Bring it.
How about a ZZ F28 Camaro.
That's next, I guess. We
I'm
can't do
so
this every
tired I
week.
couldn't parse that comment for
I know.
about. Yeah, it was like there was a solid like 3 minutes, and I still didn't get it until you said it out loud. Like, I don't get it. There's okay, ZZF and
Oh man. As I add a drop shadow to the LaCroix 420 logo. Oh man. I love it. I'd like to formally apologize to Top Flight Computers for tonight's stream where we just put random shit on cars, but you know.
But it's being done in
Yes,
real time with a
you
top
have
flight
to-
computer.
Yeah, that is true. That's so
Your
true.
computer's so good. Not only can you
Yes.
run this whole thing,
That's
talk
right.
to us, but
Yes.
you're also screwing with people's liveries,
Yes.
and nothing is hicking up.
And
Well
I
done.
could probably
well
fire
done.
up
Great
After
job.
Effects and animate some stuff and put it on the screen for people if they have requests.
Yeah,
Dude, so Jeff Gordon font, just wanted to let you know. The epic
excellent.
The Aardvark bold, as you do.
I'm writing that down so we can reuse that for one and stuff.
Oh, man.
Also, I just wrote Jeff
That's
Jordan's
so what-
Fisherman.
Jordan's Fisherman. Oh, man.
This is where my mind is today. It's going really
Yes.
well.
This is
Is it time for a refill, or are you just that tired?
Both, yes.
Yes.
I'm drinking the finest wine out of Modesto, California.
Smell the glove? What is that?
Oh, that's Spinal Tap. That's a fantastic reference.
So I need to add some flair to this one, is what you're saying?
No, that's perfect, actually.
Okay, okay.
So, if you're familiar with Spinal Tap, the album
Yes.
that they released during the documentary, quote unquote documentary, is called Smell the Glove. And the image is so offensive that the record label won't run it, so they run it black. And so they're trying to come up with compliments they can pay it. You know, it's
Car number 11. I mean, that's
goes to 11. Yeah.
Yes, that is
Well done.
great. Well done.
If you're gonna
Thank you for
not
noticing
theme,
that.
that's the best way to not theme.
Yes.
if they just had a little tiny Stonehenge on there. It would be-
Like I said, does this one need enhancements? Because we have time tonight.
We maybe could do that. Yeah.
That's-
The danger.
This is what you
that
call livery
Stonehenge
terrorism, ladies and gentlemen.
Was in danger of being crushed by a dwarf.
What?
That's
Wait, what?
the line from the movie.
Oh, sorry.
Stonehenge was in danger
I
of
was
being
half
crushed by a
listening,
dwarf.
so I got very concerned very quickly.
This dwarf is not politically correct. I understand.
Okay. Well,
It's a direct quote.
it could have been. We could have been talking about the movie. Wasn't sure. Oh, that's Red
Yeah.
Dwarf. Never mind. Anyway.
A+ livery, David Bryan.
Let's focus on crashes. Back to Al Jones. Not unusual to watch Al Jones.
It's not.
Yes, I know that's-
We need a Tom Jones livery
Yes.
from Al Jones.
Is focus on crashes pretty much the same button that's focused on Camaros?
Yes. But there's Mustangs mixed in. Full disclosure. Oh man.
You know, I think didn't it cut directly to a Mustang when you said
Yes.
focus on crash?
Yes, it did. And there was the clang in Grand Bend immediately. Still an hour and 13 minutes to go here tonight. Nate Schleveen leading the way. Now has a 41-second advantage over Mr. Courtier running in second position.
I feel
We
like that's
have
most
the-
of the lap here.
Yeah, the 387s out front. Shout out to Matt Murphy running in fourth position in a street stock.
Hey.
Get it done. We'll take a little ride with Mr. Matt Murphy. Welcome back to 24 Hours of Lemons, Matt Murphy.
Matt Guitar Murphy, if you will,
Ooh,
as long as we're making movie references.
we are.
I grew up watching the Blues Brothers. I had it taped off a TV, which meant it was extremely shocking the first time I saw the unedited.
Nice.
Oh
And
yeah.
then you have to fast forward through the commercials.
Yeah.
That's dumb.
Oh man, that was my childhood, was movies taped off TV.
Yeah, and then you like missed the first 30 seconds because you realized you wanted to tape this. And
Yeah.
then you wrote it on in pencil on the little strip on the front.
That's right. Yeah. We had. There must have been a double feature on TV, but it was Better Off Dead and One Crazy Summer, which are both Savage Steve Holland movies. They were back to back on the same tape, and like my siblings and I wore that tape out.
But then you had to wait for you to rewind. Just waiting.
You know, it's weird.
Be kind, rewind.
In modern terms, to think of having to sit through that crap, but it was just like how we watched movies as a kid. Like, and now, like, you know, I will just watch 14 episodes of this TV show in a row, and that's my Thursday. You know.
Do you still have the VCR though?
It is still at my parents' house, and I believe
Nice.
my brother grabbed all of the VHS because we had a bunch of home movies there too. I mean, you could sit through one of my junior high soccer games in its entirety if you really wanted to.
I think that's a good penalty for someone to watch Eric's junior high soccer game.
Oh my
Got
god!
him.
Yes. Yeah.
Although somewhere I have the video from when I went to space camp when I was in 4th grade, and I know, and I found the Quasar VCR at my parents' cave house last time we were there. It's in this high closet in the spare bedroom. So I was like, we're set now.
Is a high closet, is that somewhere where you go to get feeling right?
Only if you're one of the jacuzzis. Yeah.
Oh man, I spent a lot of time on this LaCroix logo, so I hope you appreciate it, chat. I'm sure you will. I mean, like,
Oh man,
legit.
Stunt Granny pointing out he has a taping of the Quantum Leap pilot that smash cuts into A Christmas Story. Man, those things he recorded that stuff, and you would get like half of it, and it would like smash cut to something else.
And if there's like little zigzags, you're like, shh. Oh, wait, what am I watching now? Wait, how did that happen?
How is this an Ernest movie all of a sudden? Yeah.
That's not exactly a downgrade, though, honestly.
No. I mean, I grew up watching Ernest movies as well.
Oh yeah.
Ernest Scared Stupid, classic.
That also happened when you tape something and then it wasn't the exact same time of the next one that's on. So you tape over something and then all of a sudden you're like,
oh yeah.
you're watching a movie and then there's like Oprah for some reason. You're like, just the next show. You're like, how'd this even happen?
Yeah. Well, the worst was when you would like try to tape like a sporting event, like a playoff game or something that would run long. And it would chop off the end. It would just stop, you know, because you would program it for 2 hours or whatever.
TiVo?
TiVo, yeah.
My
For
TiVo
DVR.
would do that to me.
For VCRs? No. Didn't you have to like push the button?
It was after.
No,
VCR,
time.
but
It's
yeah.
called timer delay is what it used to be called.
Yeah.
And you could legit press the TV video button on the remote and then still watch stuff on the TV. It wouldn't output from the VCR, but the VCR would still get the.
Damn right.
My mom managed video stores pretty much my whole childhood, so go back to all of that stuff. With that
Oh,
cool
man.
YouTube channel called Technology Connections. If you've ever heard of it, it's a dude that's pretty awesome that like explains how old technology works.
That stuff's
cool.
fascinating, by the way. I
But yeah,
for an upcoming Lemons World episode, I got somehow ended up in a YouTube wormhole of Bolex 8mm and 16mm cameras. And then I watched like 2 hours of like how these things work and how to fix them. It was fascinating.
my best friend in high
I guess
school.
we should probably consider that there are people on this broadcast that are listening to that don't know what we're talking about.
That's valid. Yeah. So
Doesn't matter.
yeah. How do you even explain that?
No, but it makes me sad.
We're talking about LaCroix 420. That's what we're talking about.
That's right. Oh man, a
We
good
will be
penalty
soon anyway.
would be to have to recreate the soccer home videos from my mom. That would be amazing, actually.
didn't think those
writing
video
that
editing
down.
skills would come in handy so quickly.
That's right. Oh, there was no video editing. It was just, the camera's
said
up,
recreate,
and it's a wide
so-
shot of the field for 2 hours.
Oh,
And how big was that video camera that you took it from?
It wasn't like the gigantic ones. It was like,
Oh, good. Okay.
but it was still like a, the battery
It was like
weight,
the
pounds. Yeah.
big handheld one. It wasn't the shoulder one. It was
right.
not the.
Yep.
We're so old.
LaCroix 420 is locked and loaded. What was the next one? Oh, the ZZF sign. That next.
Oh,
Base
man.
layer, Yep.
As
Heavy
soon
drop
as
shell on both
Passable
sides.
Pizza calling me out for looking homeless on Thursday.
Oh, ouch. Ouch. It's not homeless, it's homebound, asshole.
That's right. My girlfriend said the same thing. She's
Good.
like, before we go to a car dealership to purchase a car, you need to look less homeless.
Oh, I thought you were going to say not homeless, it's homebound, asshole. She said the
Homebound.
same thing.
Yeah, that too.
Homeward Bound, the incredible journey to nowhere.
Man, yeah. Take that, sassy. You didn't think I was going to have a
Question
poll there, did you?
Oh, no, I knew you would. I think it looks better green, but is there too much green on a car about green things?
No.
Okay, good. All right. The ZZF sign, and then we'll start on the Monte Carlo next.
Talking about VHS tapes and Lemons Racing reminds me of, I don't remember which team name it was. I know the team, but they had the Lumina minivan, and they mounted their shoulder-mounted VHS recorder as their in-car camera, and they recorded the stints, and then they would watch it on a console TV with lamps and
Yes.
stuff in the paddock.
Yeah. It was Bad Decisions Racing. Out of
Yeah, that's the one. Great job by those guys. That was wonderful.
their team captain is actually the guy who came and hauled my Focus away this morning to store for Randy Bish, who is going to be making it into a Lemons rally car.
Excellent.
Ties in nicely there. But yeah, that was superb. The VHS, they actually, one of them I think ripped it digitally and it's on YouTube somewhere. Like with the block number date stamp in the lower right hand corner, and it's like April 12th, 1991 or something.
It's always wrong. It's
Always wrong. Yeah.
every single time.
Blinking 12, the whole thing.
All right. What else do we have? Other questions? Yes, Duct Peen. What?
Duct tape and dreams.
Duct Tape and Dreams. Oh, wow. Why am I reading that like a Jetta has me fooled?
Because
TTA.
ZZF 28 was hard for me too today. So I'm just going to call it Sunday night exhaustion.
Yes.
I mean, can we look at who's actually like winning the race? Obviously, Nate Savine is,
Nate.
and we're not going to give him any attention because he's had too much. But what about the B and C classes? Can we see?
Yeah, we
who's
got Matt
doing all right
Murphy
in those?
rocking the lead in the street stock, who's followed by Al Jones. Looks like they're not on the same lap. And then we've got Carl rocking the livery here in the MX-5 Cup. Mazda
Probably
leading the way.
teamed with Santiago, I would guess.
I would imagine. Yeah. Yes, indeed. And David Bryan in the Solstice has another friend out here, Mr. DeCuzzi. Those are the two in Class C, I believe.
Oh, you painted the mirror too. Nicely done.
Hey, nice.
Looked green.
It's attention to detail right there.
Oh,
Will.
yeah.
That's
Oh,
good.
whoa. What did I-
Accidentally painted the mirror.
Yeah. Okay, hold on. Okay, well, it's definitely green now. All right, sweet.
I like that one's green and one's black. That's good.
What should it say instead of Mazda on the rear quarters?
Cheaters.
I don't know.
All right.
Yeah, there we go. Nice. Got it. How many
Wooderson.
L's? How many L's?
At least 6.
I was gonna say 4 or 5. So yeah, let's do 6.
Sweet synthwave stuff going in the background.
That's what I love about these Class C cars. I get faster, they stay the same speed.
As soon as we started talking about Dazed and Confused, I was wondering how long it was going to take for that reference to drop.
Good one.
As you do. Hostas.
Party at the Moon Tower.
Yes. Nice shot going into West Bend there with the throwing the shade, the track throwing shade on our competitors.
How bad can you make the weather in iRacing? Like, hey, can you make it rain? Can you make it snow?
Not yet.
Anything like
Not
that?
yet. I'm trying to think. Somebody was telling me that you could do snow. Oh, Project Cars 2 or 3. Yoder was talking about it. Shame on you for not being here to explain it, Yoder, but yes, it can be done, but not with iRacing, not yet. But they can do snow. Pretty crazy.
Because that would be a great, no wheel, no pedal kind of racing is snow in like Formula Fords.
Yeah, even if we could do like 40 degrees and slick tires, like that would be spectacular in the same kind of way.
Hell, even the like 200 tread wears that I have on some of the cars, like I can't move them in the driveway once it gets cold enough.
Yeah, isn't the notes on like the Zenith, the Falcons, is something like, not to be operated under 50 degrees or 60 degrees or something like that?
Oh, totally. Yeah. They say that, like, you do not drive them when it's too cold.
Yeah.
And, oh, well, sorry.
Yeah. Maybe we need to drum up Yokohama on some niche of niche tires.
Although when we were at Red Atlanta, right, when we were at Red Atlanta in the snow, we were running a Zetus, and we had to choose between the wet line and the ice line. It was just,
right.
The only spot we could run was where it was melted.
Well done, Ryan. Oh, there's a GCF on the recorder too. A+. And the Fozzie over the ZZF is just spectacular. It's like the ZZF is pointing at Dome Fozzie. I'm not sure what As Soon as Passable Pizza's asking. Oh, best car feature in Dazed and Confused. The El Camino, the Judge, the C10, the Duster. The C10, there's a few of them, aren't there? I feel like there's several of them.
I mean, it's the South and it's the 70s, so
right.
There's going to be some C10s.
I feel like there's a short bed one early in the movie. I can't remember exactly where, that's really good.
Brian Davidson on Facebook asking who is on the 420 Miata. That is a character from Dazed and Confused. And the hood image is from Google. I typed in stoned.
Nailed it.
Thanks.
Lots of research went into this. Don't you worry.
Professionals having things under control. Enjoy the show. He doesn't look too concerned.
I don't remember a Maverick being in there. The Chevelle, I definitely remember. I think that was Ben Affleck's car, wasn't it?
Bob Dylan saying about getting stoned. Tom Petty would be my choice in there.
Yeah.
Is it too soon to put Tom Petty on a Lemon's car?
It's been long enough, I think. If you do it in a classy way.
Oh yeah. All love for
Affleck
Tom
drove
Petty.
the Duster. Okay.
Oh yeah. Oh, here we go. Literal picture of him smoking a joint. Perfect. Thanks.
Shouldn't be hard to find.
Oh, yeah.
How about Willie Nelson? Really?
Yeah. Valid.
Really? Valid? Okay. How about everyone? Just keep putting people on until we run out of room.
Just layer them.
Okay.
Until you can't recognize
I'll start
anybody.
with those two.
My car that I bought has a CD player in it with a Willie Nelson CD in it. Great.
Nice.
Incredible.
What other CDs came with your car? Because that's always fun to find out about previous owner based on the CDs they left in the player.
Well, I got a name because there was a dry cleaning bill left somewhere in the car that I have already found. So I have a name and Willie Nelson. So no other CDs I've found yet, but Willie Nelson, the radio. I mean, it's a Volvo, so it's some kind of pseudo-educated person, I think, is the general stereotype of Volvo. I feel like I need to go get elbow pads also on a jacket.
Totally. Really, what you find in the car is telling. Like in the E400, we found a country club scorecard in the glove box. Yeah. So that tells you what you need to know.
Yep. That was the business wagon to haul the golf time clubs for everybody. Maverick was the girl's car, Mitch's sister, I think. Checks out.
And we had the E400 shipped out from California right at the start of COVID. It was at a smaller dealer that decided once this all hit, said, we don't know what's going on, so we're to drop our price by $5,000 because we want to move the car. So I said, oh, okay, sold. And at the time, the truckers were like, well, we're already like trying to move and we don't have a load. So California to Pennsylvania, yeah, it's like $1,200. Nice. It'll be there in 3 days. So, all right, sounds good.
I could pull off the emeritus professor look. I could totally do that if I actually, didn't look homeless anyway. Although,
yeah, don't cut the hair. You got to grow it out to put it in a ponytail, and then
the problem with that is the in between phase for me is super mullety, because you grew up white trash. It's somehow in the genetics that my hair just has to grow that way. So
I'm right there with you. Like it's
Yeah.
I'm 6 months in. You saw me a week ago. It's like it's borderline on, well, what am I going to do with this? Because I got to do something. But fortunately, I actually had it cut in February. It had been 6 months before that. If I had gone a year, then I would have a man bun, and Chrissy would actually be authorized to beat me. So.
Valid. You don't see a whole lot of man buns around the Lemons paddock, generally speaking.
Yep, because people here aren't that dumb, and that's for lemons.
Yeah, I mean, lots of people in the chat talking about what they find in cars when they buy them and things like that. I mean, that is the entire basis of Phil's Junkyard Finds stuff that you can find all over the web. Judge Phil's writing. You go to a junkyard. That's modern archaeology, is seeing what happens when somebody's car usually suddenly needs to go away. The stuff that's left in there is stuff that people were living with.
Brown. So a car that gave a whole bunch of parts to our Civic when we did the K-swap was an 05 Accord in the manual silver four-door EX sedan in the junkyard. We took all kinds of stuff and we kept going back, so we started calling it the Giving Accord because of how much crap we took from it. So the paperwork we found in the car was wonderful. It was previously owned by a gentleman named Tyrone, and Tyrone had a job at IKEA, or he was applying for a job at IKEA, something along those lines. But we had his resume, we had his application, we had a letter from mom, we had some court documents. We found all kinds of great stuff in the Giving Accord about Tyrone.
And you should have hired him. He had his resume. You should have hired him to be a pre-PM's assistant.
I know, right? He seemed like he was, eager and willing to learn from his resume.
From his cover letter. That's fantastic.
He didn't have a cover letter, but his resume used only like 3 fonts, so it's better than half the ones I see when I hire people at work.
Right. Like we're getting a refresh on the livery here.
but the speed at which Tyrone apparently hit something with the giving accord made me confident that everything was working when it stopped running. So I felt okay about taking a whole variety of parts off of it. Oh, there's Willie. Nice job, Willie.
Oh man, Pastable Pizza hit the lottery with the auction find with a case of Reese's peanut butter cups.
That is incredible.
That's amazing.
What was after Willie Nelson and Tom Petty?
I mean, you take a look, like there's 1 second you look at that case of Reese's and go, well, I don't know where they came from, and then 2 seconds later, like, yeah, but it's Reese's and they're sealed, so it's sold.
Yep.
So one time, me and my friends were leaving. They just picked me up, and we turned out onto the main drag, and it's 2 lanes each way with a common turn lane in the middle, and there's a Domino's pizza heatwave bag in the middle of the road, full of pizza. There was like 4 pizzas in it. We just like pulled over, grabbed that, and just took off. Incredible. That's all I have about that story. Sorry.
So someone lost their job, and you had a ton of pizza.
Well, we made the mistake of leaving it in the heatwave bag for a while, and that's never good. Sweaty pizza.
But then what did you do with the heat wave bag? I feel like there's something you can do with it.
Turned it into a beer cooler.
Fair. Insulation's insulation.
Yeah. Right. Nate still leading the way, has a lap advantage. There's actually no battles that are close for position on the track right now, but leave it on the mix here and see what
Can we black flag Nate Shavine? Because I feel like if anyone, he deserves it because he's too good.
So the thing, let's see here. Yeah, we sure can. Black flag. 30 seconds. There we go. Let's see. Nate's not on Discord.
I guess I'll apologize now, Nate.
Yeah. Really does. Nate, you have a 30-second penalty. Right. Yep, here he comes. As you do.
I mean, I think Nate will be a good sport about it.
Yeah, I'm gonna clear him right now so he doesn't actually have to stop in his pit stall. There he goes.
Can we talk to him while he's in his pit stop?
No, he's not on Discord. Nate, shame on you for not being on Discord. Anthony is, though, so after we paint his car, we'll be sure to speak with him. Start on that project next.
Hey, the second place car got back on the lead lap, so that worked.
That did work. Okay, so he needs another 30-second penalty, and we should be good. Yeah.
I mean, we got to make him work for it at this point.
He
He's
just
way too good for
okay.
this.
There's another one. Here, you know what? Actually, I am going to clear his penalties and then black flag him for 1 lap. We're going to give the lead away and see if he can go get it back. Here we go. One lap penalty for Mr. Slovene. It's the first time we've actually done that. We've talked about that a lot. Okay. I got everything covered on that car. Nate serves his penalty. Maybe next lap. Can't really argue, I guess, about it too much if you're not on Discord, right?
That's your penalty. Is if you're not on Discord, you can't say a damn thing. So you shut up and take it. I mean, he's doing a great job. He's just too good. Sorry, Nate.
Quit doing so good, Nate. All your fault.
I mean, this is like when someone wins too many actual meat space races, they start to get a couple penalty laps because
their car's too good. Yeah, that's just because. Hey, here comes Nate. Okay. We're gonna watch Scott, and as soon as Scott takes the lead, we'll just go ahead and let Nate serve his 1 lap penalty because they should come out pretty close here.
I so want to hear Nate right now. Oh, get on Discord, Nate.
So I cleared his penalty before he got to his pit box. Like, do him on accident. So we're watching Scott. There goes Nate. Nate being a good sport. Appreciate you, Nate. All right, so
Thank you, Nate.
about half a lap. Okay, so there's the difference there. The pink dot on the screen is our second place car, which is the car we're following, and then Nate is the green dot that is working through the only left-hander on the track. We've got him down to see what timing and scoring says this time at the line. They are running 57-second laps on average here. And now down to a 43-second lead, so I guess Nate needs more punishment. We're getting warmer, though. Oh, there we go. 26 seconds. So that's better. We have 46 minutes and 30 seconds to go.
Well, I mean, the cars are kind of bounce around a little bit. The time keeps moving, but hey, you know, we're going to make it a race one way or the other.
That's right.
Did I miss anything?
You're next.
Yeah, we keep black flagging Nate
Nate
Shavine because he's too far ahead.
Yeah, and it's down to 26 seconds advantage now. Thinking one more should do the trick. But I need to see when the last time Scott pitted. Scott's about due for a pit stop, so yeah, Nate needs another penalty then because, well, see, Nate's not here. I don't want to totally ruin his race. I just would like to make it fun for Scott.
Let the pit stop play out, and we'll see where we are after
10-4. Chris, you're in charge of reminding me to go back to that. All right. One more thing for our friend Tyler's car, and then we'll move on to Anthony's car. Oh, Nate gets it wrong. Oh no.
Nate's getting the pit stop for himself right there almost.
Yeah, he sure.
Wow. He saved it. Nice job.
Wow, nice
That's in the
recovery.
chat for Nate's karma there.
And Tyler had a nice little. He went into the green a little bit there. He's enjoying the grass.
Well played. Well played. Man, as soon as Pastable Pizza again, talking about Ferrari Pizza out of Newark. I assume that's New Jersey. We had 6 Fieros in Ferrari body kits delivering pizzas in 20 minutes or less. I feel like that was probably hard to maintain for more than a couple weeks. These 6 Fieros.
Man, but don't you want those 6 back for a spec race series right there?
Man, hidden.
Chrissy and I owned a Fiero for a little while, and the predecessor of the Lemons Rally was the Babe Rally. We made it all the way out of New Orleans, and the Fiero was actually flawless and reasonably fun to drive. It was a 2M6 with a 3-speed automatic, and it was great. And then we ended up meeting up with a Lemons race. Meeting up the Lemons race at No Problem Raceway. Or after the race, and we said, well, this is great. And then that was the time we had the drag strip at the racetrack. So of course we had drag passes. Hell yeah, sounds like a great idea. I said, I'm only gonna do 2 because I don't want to push my luck. First pass, great, got a 17.9. I said, that's about right. Well done, Fiero. Next pass, another 17.9. And I said, all right, I'm gonna park the car. Sounds good. We start leaving the track. First thing though, when you're leaving somewhere in New Orleans, or in Louisiana at night, the bugs are like driving through snow in the northern part of the country. That's how thick they are as you're driving with your headlights on at night.
Do not miss that about the Midwest at all.
Yeah. So we're on the causeway going back to New Orleans, and the car starts to develop a rod knock. And the way Jeff tells it, well, first off, Chrissy and I were in the car, and I said, I hear something. It doesn't sound good. I don't like it. And so I said, I'm going to radio the other guys and say, what's going on? And so when I did, the way Jeff tells it, the way I come on the radio and say, I think I've got a noise. Jeff says, I come on the radio and go, I think I have a noise. We ended up just barely making it off the causeway back into the New Orleans area and leaving the car in a Motel 6 parking lot with the keys in it next to a dumpster with all of our stuff out of it. And eventually we found someone to take it. But yeah, that's our Fiero story.
That sounds right. Yeah. If as soon as Passable Pizza, if you have photos of those Fieros with the Ferrari body kit and the custom pizza warmers atop the Iron Duke, my God, please send me those, because that is one of the most amazing things I've ever heard of custom Fieros.
That's actually the greatest use of an Iron Duke ever, because it made so much waste heat because it didn't make any power. You might as well use it to heat a pizza.
That's incredible. Just like a Ferrari.
Ferrari.
That's right.
And they did great. They did a great job
Sorry,
at
I'm taking
the
way too
Formula
much
One
time
race
on
today.
this,
Vettel
but-
came in 7th. They've really tanked this year. Oh well.
Yeah, I was just watching that this afternoon on a slight delay. And the part where they're like, Sebastian, maybe you tell us what our strategy is. Was like, yeah, boy, Lemons isn't that far away from F1 actually.
Yeah. They are so broken up now. Like,
Yeah,
he just needs to like pick up his shampoo, but he can't because they're still stuck in the lease, and that's the problem.
oh, this is so hard. Do I? I'm just gonna stay in the bedroom till they're done with breakfast. And then
Yeah. Oh, Carlos, I didn't know you were here already. I'm sorry. Gosh, this is awkward.
it's awkward. Whew. Too real, man. Too real.
We'd love to see the whole
I love
flutter
all
of
the,
gradients that are called greens.
One of the best memes I saw related to F1 was it was the SpongeBob meme with the folded chair, whatever, the lounge chair, as though you're about to go do something, and then it says the commentator quote of, and Hamilton's off to a great start, and then it's the Squidward picking up the chair and going home because there's nothing to see after that. See if I can find that.
I mean, the most fun we've had with Formula One this year is when Nico Hülkenberg was called back last week, and I saw something like the Mr. Bean video of him having to grab all his crap and throw it in the midi to go. That was Nico Hülkenberg when he got called. He's like, well, no, I need this. Oh, I need this. Oh, I need this. Yep.
Yeah.
And if you're at all a fan of racing or Formula One, the Netflix series Formula One Drive to Survive has actually been excellent. Chris and I are about finished with season 2. We watch that when we work out, and we're just about done with it now. But it's really quite good. I would. Yeah, it gives life to the people. It gives some texture to the whole thing. It makes actually watching Formula One so much more interesting than if you didn't know the backstory. So I would recommend it.
Yeah, I mean, it's like any other professional sport where there's just so much happening that a casual fan is not going to be privy to. But, because it's such a big thing, because it's such a small group of people, really, when you get down to it, and because there's so much money involved, the levels of the layers, I guess, of interest and intrigue are incredible. By the way, the race is close now. Not sure how that happened. 3 seconds? Actually, Couturier.
No, 54 or 15 or 1.5 or who knows?
Yeah. Some amount of time.
I mean, I think that's Nate and Nate's coming up to pass the second place car there. He's trying hard.
He's trying to lap him. I see.
Yeah, I think he's trying to lap.
Yeah.
So as soon as he does 1 lap penalty. Oh, yeah. So what's going on the 87 car for Anthony? Chat, what you got?
I think we should start with Jordash anyway.
Yes, Jordash is number one. All right, here we go.
So as soon as possible, Pizza said, ironically, they lost all their records about the Fieros in a fire in '93, but he might have some pictures.
Did not
Added
get the
Franco.
recall on the pizza joint.
Say hi to Franco.
Oh, James Franco from Pineapple Express.
Elon Musk on the back.
Elon Musk.
I didn't know it was in that area. That's perfect.
The cutout of the eyes and the hand there are just spectacular.
Incredible.
Well done.
Thank you.
It's better the more I look at it too. Especially
I'll
the
put that on Trading Paints later for
Absolutely.
everybody. All right.
Yeah, I actually hope
chat,
you
hope
save
you
this
enjoy
and
that.
share it on Trading Paints so other
I
people
will,
can
that's
enjoy.
what I'm saying. Yeah, I'll put it on. Andrew, the Dale is our Lord and Savior, but it's been done. We need things that haven't been done. Higher than space. Yeah, I like that too.
I think we need an iRacing version of the Springtime for Hitler theme that we ran about 5 years ago.
You can't put that on Trading Paints, unfortunately.
Yeah, I don't think
It's a
that'll
little bit of
work out
context
too
missing.
well.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, it's a Broadway show theme. It's about the producers. It's not a Nazi theme. Come on.
Can't see it, but I got my finger pulling on my collar a little bit going,
Yeah, exactly. Oh, I love this. Anthony's team name description for Broke by Friday Racing. We spent all our money on beer.
Damn
And the
straight.
Jonathan Lyons.
Absent Jeff or Mandatelli, another off course.
Oh, John Lyons Racing? I missed that. Excellent.
He's on
He
the
hasn't
team.
been,
He's on the-
iRacing
he's
much
on the-
lately.
He's on the team with Anthony, but let me make sure he's actually in the session. I'm
not.
sorry. They're on the team together, but he's not in the session, so it's just Anthony.
Yeah. John Lyons, the guy who made the no pedal, no wheel controller out of the 300ZX. Climate control
the climate control, yeah.
and the butter churn also.
And your return.
He's a Lemons Rally regular, which, speaking of, we have a Lemons Rally just wrapping up. I don't have results for it, but I think just about everybody's made their way back through Stockton, California, where we ended the Hell on Wheels California Rally. Small rally, only 10 cars showed up, but they're pretty damn good, actually. Don't know if you got those photos, Ryan, but
Yeah, we'll get there. Sorry, I was distracted.
yeah, it's okay. You've been working on liveries the whole time, which is totally cool. But probably the most spectacular thing is one fella named Grant, who happens to be 6'5", doing the rally entirely by himself in a Cushman three-wheeled Holster, which is, the little meter maid thing.
Is he sitting on the floor? It's like The Simpsons when the guy was in the little car. And it's like, look, everyone. It's the boy that laughs at everyone. Let's laugh at him.
Yeah, that's pretty much what it was. And it's overheated. He's had to replace axles on the thing. It's spectacularly done. Easily the dumbest thing we've ever had. And I emailed him this week to be like, hey, look, I'm just making sure you're not a total idiot. And he's like, no, I've done this before. Like, I've done road trips in this Cushman before. So, he's...
I've been an idiot before. Don't worry.
Yeah, exactly. And it has like a 160 amp alternator or something. So he was running a microwave. Like,
What does he have, a giant stereo?
yeah, it's like a total overkill on everything except for the vehicle's cooling system and the axles and literally anything mechanical. But the electrical system was beefy as hell.
Like, I don't even know what to say. Like, how do you ruin an axle in a Cushman meter maid cart?
Yeah.
What, are you putting too much power to the ground? Or maybe they didn't design the axles for the performance angle of the lowered cart, and who knows?
It could have been a load bearing thing where he's got it super overloaded, because I know he's carrying at least 5 gallons of water, plus food supplies and tools to fix the thing, and a microwave apparently. So,
and a ticket book, because you can't do it without it.
Right. Yeah. I don't know how he got it registered in California, but we don't. If it's registered and it's insured, then the less we know, the better.
I think a story from Eric Root on the Lemons blog about the Cushman Rally cart is due.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to talk to him about that. I mean, we've had the last 2 rallies have had 2 of the most spectacular things we've ever had, which is the hot tub Lincoln, and the Cushman Holster, which couldn't be possibly more different, but both dumb ideas in their own unique ways. And that's kind of the stuff we're always looking for on the rallies is, how much of a masochist can you make yourself during a road trip?
Absolutely. When I look at those things and I go, no effing way, but good for those guys. That's what I want.
Yeah, winning a rally on points, it should hurt. It should be really hard and make you hate yourself. Basically, is our.
Oh yeah. No, back in the pre-Lemons Rally days, I did win a crab can rally. It was in the '73 Beetle that was the parts car for the South Jersey Volkswagen Club, and we cobbled the thing back together. And the best part is that you get extra cooling if you extended your legs down toward the floor, because the floor of the Beetle wasn't really attached to the body, so you get nice airflow through there. It was great. So yeah. So I totally get it, and that's the most hilarious thing for everyone who's not there, is watching the people suffer.
Yeah,
it's a nice Schadenfreude kind of thing.
We did have a guy it was like a '99 Jeep Cherokee, which you think, oh, okay, that's not that crazy. It had 300,000 miles on it, no AC, and if you haven't been paying attention to the news, it's literally 105 to 115 degrees in California where the rally was going. And the thing was overheating like crazy, so he ran all of yesterday with the windows rolled down and the heat blasting in 110 degrees in this old-ass 300,000 mile Jeep Cherokee. So, it's not the most spectacular thing to see, but the story of it is just beyond the pale.
And I imagine everyone listening can smell that smell.
Oh, yeah.
Like everywhere. Yeah.
Everything's hot. A little bit of coolant, antifreeze smell. Well, maybe not.
A whole bunch of man-ass smell.
Oh,
and
yeah,
all the Chrysler interior smell.
Yeah.
Very good.
Yeah, the Jeff Stobbs, who works for us regularly on the rallies and at some races, won the second rally. He won with an '86 Cadillac limousine with a 307 and a 200 R4. You can guess how that ended. But it was crusty when they bought it, and then he gave me a ride across the hotel parking lot in it, and the smell of 2 dudes in the front of a Cadillac and all of their dirty laundry just laying in the back was one of the most foul things I've ever come across in anything in Lemons.
Apparently the sunroof in the back wasn't open enough to do some draw through ventilation.
That's right. Yeah,
that would have helped.
Everything was broken on that thing. It was so rusty and crusty that as they were going around corners, the whole unibody or whatever the equivalent thereof with an extended wheelbase car like that, it would just creak. And if you looked really closely from the passenger seat, through the window to the passenger compartment, you could see it twisting just a little bit.
Yeah.
And then they took a bunch
of videos of tankers on the open sea when they look down the hallway in the middle and you watch it twist. But the twist is good because that means it doesn't break. But that's pretty much what they had going on there in the limo.
So they took a bunch of people after the rally, and they crammed them all in the back of the limo with their crap and terrible smell.
Were they going to a strip club? Because I feel like that's the only way you can do that, is a whole bunch of people after the rally.
I don't know that was the immediate goal, but I'm reasonably sure that's where it ended up. But definitely with the extra people loaded in the back, the drive shaft was hitting everything all of the time. So it's just this horrible grinding noise.
It's about right.
Also, the transmission only had second and third gears at that point. No reverse, no 1 or 4. So
It's usually the third that goes the first on those old GM transmissions. So well done that you still had third.
yeah,
Good job.
no overdrive driving it from Alabama home to Minnesota either. is also awesome.
I mean, that's close. It's fine. It's fine.
Pretty much. That was their motto the entire rally. It's fine. Bottom it out going over some windy road in West Virginia. It's fine. That's kind of the rally motto in general.
And that's the best part about having a true crap can rally car is, it's fine. Whatever it is, not a big deal. Oh, Efson Schaffer, Jay Becker, who this is like the third or fourth time we've seen Jay Becker go off in that exact spot. So he's getting comfortable with the grass there.
That's right. Maybe he needs the green car.
Although I have to say, the grass at Lime Rock is holding up amazingly well to all those offs at the same spot. No divots, no nothing. So no one's going to get charged for digging up the grass.
And Anthony Cunio's, Jordache. Nice. As he goes off.
And the grass. Yep. Well done. Well done.
Some chat for the Jordache machine there. Good drift getting back on. Oh, man. I forgot about the horse logo. That looks kind of awesome. I'm not going to lie.
Well done there. You got the right ad. That's nice.
Yeah,
Thank you.
that's really good.
Thanks. I was gonna go for the like denim, but I couldn't find a high enough resolution image. So
Yeah, you need the it's
whole
like
denim
the
with-
Levi's
with-
Edition AMC.
yeah, with the rivets and stuff and all.
Yeah.
Hold on, I'll keep working. All right. Any requests in chat for the rear TV panel of the Jordache machine?
Oh man, it's huge on these cars.
It is.
It's like Anthony's pitting from second place.
All right. Yep. Next most exciting.
And that
thing,
means we're
other
going to
than
have to
the
black
Jordache
flag
car.
Nate again.
Yeah, I was about to say I just
Oh,
called
yeah.
the race thing. I don't know if that's good or not.
What'd you do? That.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm
So-
talking
no,
too
you're
much about
fine.
the race.
That's okay. So Nate's gone 13 laps. Scott has gone only a couple. Oh yeah, Scott's just getting it wrong. Nate.
No, he's
Give
just
her a
doing Monte Carlo things in the dirt.
All right, I just black flagged Nate for a should give Scott the lead. All right.
But no, I mean, everyone else is down 2 laps, so this is only just going to slow Nate down. He's going to be mad now.
Oh, it is 2 laps now. No. We'll,
What
we'll,
is-
as
what
soon
was
as he
the,
serves this one, do another.
What were the polo shirts? The crocodile on them.
Oh.
Izod.
Was that Izod? I always wondered.
No.
Or Lacoste.
Lacoste.
No, hold on.
Remember, I grew up in Cape Cod, so I got this.
Hold on. That's not the one he's talking about. 80s kid. I got this.
You also got the Reebok pumps you can put on there.
Ooh.
10 10 3 2 1. Always a classic.
You would say 10, 10, 3, 2, 1.
Crystal Pepsi. You can't go wrong with Crystal
Pepsi's
Pepsi.
Crystal
There it
Pepsi's right
goes.
there. Yeah.
Yep.
Goes by. Nate choosing to make a pit stop while he's penalized, so he's going to have to come back in. Have some
Lady
chat for
Albert
Nate.
on the 10 10 420, which is
Oh. Okay. As I reopen the other car, which I never closed. 420. Very good.
It's a little too involved in racing, but you could do a United Colors of Benetton
there you go.
way back.
Shit. Who would have think?
10, 10, 3, 2, 1. Man, I had completely forgotten about that in my life until now, and I didn't need to remember it.
You're welcome. Phones used to be difficult. It used to be a thing. You would have to learn how to use a payphone to call collect.
Yes.
Only 10 cents a minute, long distance.
My grandma used to send me those cards.
Well, I mean, you also had the whole say your name, and you would try to cram the whole message in there so they wouldn't.
Oh,
have to,
yeah.
yeah.
So you don't use a minute? Yeah.
Yeah. What call? Or pick me up at school. Yep. Yeah.
I had, so like,
Decline. You're not taking that call.
Exactly.
when pagers first came out, my parents got me one because like they wanted to be able to be like, hey, call me whenever.
Yeah.
And like I remember like girls that I would date at the time their parents used to think I was a drug dealer or something because I had a pager.
See the page.
Throwback. Yeah, speaking of throwback. Motorola. Oh yeah. Ameritech. Whoa.
Ameritech was 10-10-321, I think. They were related in some way.
It was like Bell South or something. Or it was
Yeah,
the
Bell
Midwest
South.
version of
Another
that.
great pull. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Nate
I
still
just remember
has-
having
okay, now
maps in my car.
Oh,
Still
getting it
like
wrong.
my car.
Going backwards.
Who would have map?
Yeah,
I'm a big fan of the DeLorme Gazetteer. Anybody know what I'm talking about? Those things are amazing.
No clue.
Here we go. Here's
Big
what happened
red-
to Jim Wright.
Big
We
red
have to replay
apples.
it. Oh,
Ooh.
Apex everything. Sir Jackie Stewart would be proud. Ouch.
You know,
Jackie Stewart endorses.
Go ahead.
so Jim Wright's stripper pole car just took it in the rear there. He went all the way around, took it in the rear. Good for him.
Sure did. Sure did. All right, so let's grab Anthony and ask him what he thinks of his new ride. Anthony, welcome to the broadcast booth. You copy?
I gotcha.
Hey, wanted to let you know that we took care of the lack of livery for you tonight. You are now rocking the Jordache jeans machine.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Well, you're very welcome. We're glad that you had the time to be here, so we thought we would take care of the livery for you tonight. So, it's your first time in the booth here at 24 Hours of Lemons iRacing League. Tell us a little bit about yourself, Anthony. He's only trying to drive, folks. Just give him a second here.
He's a Scorpio, and he likes long walks on the sand trap. On the
Puppies.
Say again?
Hi.
Don't forget the puppies.
Puppies. Okay.
Nice.
Can't have long walks on the beach without a puppy, right?
Oh yeah, totally.
right.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well
Okay,
played.
Good. Yes.
Where are you from, Anthony? I don't actually know.
I'm in right outside of Houston.
Okay. We do a
Nice.
race in Houston at MSR. Always familiar with the area down in Angleton, and I've been around Houston a bit. It's a place.
Sure is, yeah.
Very good.
Excellent.
Well,
So,
we're glad. Yeah. Sorry.
I was
Let
gonna
you
say,
do that.
yeah. So what made you jump into Lemons iRacing?
Well, I've always wanted to actually Lemons race, and I figured this is the next best thing.
There you go.
I'll take it. Well, the Jordache machine that we made looks great, if I may say that. So,
Oh, a couple updates here.
Yeah, was I just rocking the OG Wrangler paint job?
You were. It's because of trading paints with teams. There we go. 1010 420 on the hood, as you do.
there we go.
Just
Gotcha. I
related.
was usually rocking the Harry Gant paint job, but
Oh, cool. All right, right on. Well, your paint job tonight is definitely hairy and full of Gant.
well,
And some
I
Harry
look
Gant.
forward to seeing it.
Good deal. All right. Well, thanks for your time, Anthony. Welcome to 24 Hours of Lemons iRacing broadcast, and we're glad you could be here tonight to take part in the festivities.
Thanks, guys. I appreciate it.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's Anthony Cugno. Cugno. I like that. Nice. Yeah, Anthony's a good sport, ladies and gentlemen. W's. Did we decide on what the opposite of F's were in chat? Was it W's?
I thought it was W's. W's for win.
Yeah,
right?
W's in chat. W's in chat for Anthony for being a good sport, and for Nate Schleveen also.
Who is winning still?
Yes, of course he is.
Yeah.
Of course he is.
And if Anthony wants the real 24 Hours Lemons experience, he could just downshift his car to first right as he comes onto the straight, and then spend the next 12 hours scanning Craigslist for another, another 350 Chevy, and showing up at some random sketchy dude's house to buy it in trade for a collection of vintage porn, and then lying in the grass for the next 4 hours swapping it over.
Well, yeah. Well,
Wow.
the best part of that is like 9
Is this
times
Roadkill
out
or
of 10
Levins?
Yeah, it's the same, really.
Excellent.
When you call the guy who has the 350 listed and has a picture of it on Craigslist, the one that he's going to sell you is still in his GMC van, and you got to take it out of it. But he forgot to, conveniently leaves that part out. That's the best part of those last minute thrashes, is the person who is nowhere near delivering what they promise. Famously in Lemons, there was the Rambler, the famous Rambler, the race Rambler. It's a pink 62 Rambler Classic, I think. Rambler American. Was converted to a Pinto motor, and at a race they needed a Pinto engine, and they called the Craigslist listing for this guy who claimed to have a Pinto engine. And he called him, he seemed normal guy. And the engine's easy to get to. Yeah, okay, great. So they show up, and it's in his garage full of creepy unlabeled boxes, as the guy was like leering at them. And he's like, yeah, it's just behind that one. Can you move it? So they're, this guy's just like watching them move boxes in his garage to get to the engine that's behind like 5 boxes. And eventually got the Pinto motor in, but not before they were severely creeped out by this random dude who, his Pinto engine wasn't quite where he explained it was, and he would then proceeded to scare all of them in that way that you can only kind of get the impression that they when they're not responding to Craigslist ads, they're sharpening the meat cleaver in their kitchen.
And one of those guys was Jim Bauman from the Burt One and various associate teams, who is like the nicest guy ever.
Correct. Yeah.
He is so nice and so like unassuming. He's just gonna be like assume the best of everybody. And even Jim was like, no, this guy was gonna kill us if we didn't leave soon. But we still bought this Pinto motor.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Yeah. That whole there are layers of that story that I can't even begin to describe or probably talk about publicly, but it was apparently one of the more unsettling Lemons engine fetching encounters. And there have been some scary ones. The team that got the trophy for, I believe the name of the trophy we gave them was You Survived the Crazy Nazi Junkyard, where they bought a replacement Ford 302 from a guy who was unapologetically showing off all of his Nazi memorabilia, and then stared at them as they pulled the engine out of wherever it was, with a Mauser rifle in his hand. That's the kind of stuff you can only find in Alabama when you're fetching a motor. Good save on that one.
Yeet. Right.
There's much yeeting to be had.
So whatever
Yeeting
the
spectacular.
yeah. Oh wow. Didn't like that. Nice. No idea what that button might. Apparently the yeet button does cool stuff in Photoshop. Nice.
Hey, how about that? How about that?
Like legit, I don't know what it is. Oh, okay. It made me only see the blue channel. Yeet. Okay.
Hey, how about that?
All right. We're getting close with the DoorDash machine. Not off. What do we want to put on the back? So we've got some previously mentioned things. Yeah.
Oh man, yeah, the Sheldon Auto across from the Ridge is notorious for just being generally sketchy junkyard, and yeah, killer bees, cars perched precariously on top of maybe kind of jack stands made out of old wheels. The whole gamut of sketchy junkyard is directly across from the racetrack. I believe one team rolled a truck onto its side to pull the transmission out of it at one point.
Don't mind me. I'm just over here doing liveries while we should be talking about something. Sure.
It's all fine. Everything else is fine.
Everything's
If I recall my news apps correctly, the Pacific Northwest is where the murder hornets are currently invading. So that junkyard across from the ridge is totally where they've got a foothold now.
Yeah, I'm sure that it's the ground zero of murder hornetness is in the Sheldon Auto across from the Ridge Motorsports Park, which itself is a place with at least 2 complete buildings.
But you know what? The track itself at the Ridge, though, is one of my favorites in the country.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Totally. I think Chrissy and I are up to like high 20s of different tracks we've driven around the country, and that's definitely in the top 3 as a track itself. It's a great place.
Yeah, it's super long straight, climbing up the hill. It's all super windy, and then a corkscrew on the way down.
Yeah, it's got lots of good elevation change, and when we were there, we were running with Spank, and Spank and I decided we were going to Ironman the Austin America and see how well we could do. And we won C and came in 12th overall in Austin America and did not get an IOE somehow. But anyway, my favorite memory of that is my breaking point right before going down the corkscrew was there was a flower growing inside of the track, and the flower was my breaking point.
That's pretty great. Yeah, the my weekend on YouTube saying the Nazi junkyard was Barber 15 or 16. I'm pretty sure that's right. It was the Ford Fairlane guys were the ones who ended up there.
Alabama seems like a good place to find a Nazi junkyard.
Yeah, I think it's a natural. Jeff Gordon, well done. Gordon's Fisherman on the back of the Jordache machine. And some Reebok pumps. Yes.
Man, I had the tennis pumps, which shows how bougie I was in middle school.
Great. I was going to say about the ridge that the backdrop there is also really spectacular. It's kind of in the middle of a pine forest.
It's beautiful. It's so great. But when we were there, they had no buildings at all. It was, this tiny bit is paved, and that's all you got. That was a while ago, though.
Yeah, they have, I think they're up to 3 buildings now. So that's pretty good. In 8 years.
They had trailers when we were there. That was all you had, though. But still, we just camped in the parking lot. Because
there's
what you do.
A garage building now, and the timing and scoring building, I believe, is still a trailer. And there's a bathroom building with showers. They got that going for them.
I would still totally go back. If you're anywhere near the ridge and have not raced it and are interested in doing so, the track itself is good enough to be worth the tow. Go for it.
Yeah. It's also not in the total BFE. It's about 30 minutes from Olympia. And there's stuff in Shelton, too. That's not too bad.
Or if you're coming from Canada, it's not that far from the ferry.
True. That's true. Yeah, the ridge is cool. The only Lemons track I have yet to visit is High Plains in Colorado, which I've heard is also a good time. And a good track with not a whole lot of facilities. And we're actually racing there in 3 weeks, I believe.
We're actually racing
Are
on
you
the
going
track,
in 3 weeks, or is Phil going to take care of that one for you?
Phil usually is our guy on the ground in Colorado, but it is a 24-hour race. We are double booked with CMP, so I am currently scheduled to go to Carolina Motorsports Park.
Any updates on how the likelihood of that is looking right now? Because we're trying to decide if we should be planning for it or not.
We're going to have some updates this week on some specific races, but also more generally on what our expectations are and how we're basing our judgments. So people will have an idea at least ahead of time of what we're looking at, so they can look at the same things and plan accordingly. So that should be coming up in the next 2 or 3 days. Probably by midweek we'll have that email out, so everybody will be on the same page as us. Some stuff is iffy, some stuff is looking pretty good, and it's our next probably 10 races are run the gamut there, and some of the stuff isn't super evident yet because it's so far out. So I know that's super vague, but I'm not gonna make comments on stuff while we're still figuring out a couple of the back end things, as somebody's currently blowing up in front of the race leader.
It's all too appropriate for Lemon's race. But Eric, no, thanks for the transparency. Like, I know you guys are trying to figure it out, and I know you're trying to tell us what you can. So coming up shortly to tell us more is appreciated. And that is a lovely Cushman truckster.
That's right.
I do appreciate the roll cage made out of electrical conduit. Based on the looks of it.
Yeah. Correct. Yeah, these are some of the Lemons Rally vehicles on the Hell on Wheels California Rally. It's just finishing up. There's another look at the Cushman. Room for one, and really just one. There's a water tank in there. A bunch of other stuff. There's a diesel Fintail Mercedes.
Oh, Fintail. Nice.
Which is great. That one was on the rally in 2017. Also a great car, and looked like that as it was driving, blowing smoke out rear. As all diesel Mercedes.
Z24
convertible with the killer wheels. There's another team
with the center caps still on it. The square center caps.
God, those are amazing.
You're going to play Battleship later on those center caps.
That's right.
C2.
Yeah. No parade before the race at CMP asks as soon as possible pizza. Yeah, I think that's currently correct as far as our expectation. Crossword wheels, by the way. That is well said, Brian Davidson. Yeah, we've had a couple of Fintails on the rallies, and they have both been spectacular in their own ways. That one in California has been just, classic diesel Mercedes, runs like a train, and the other one just ran away. It was actually runaway diesel for most of the rally. They could never restart it, and then once they restarted it, it wanted to run away. And they were able to somehow mitigate this using
a rag on the intake.
Yeah, I don't know what they were doing. I feel like they had a rag on a stick, literally, to keep it from running away. But I don't remember all the details. It's been several years.
I had a piggyback forklift I was working on one time. That was a diesel, and it decided to scavenge oil from the crankcase, run away. And the only thing I could think of to do to stop it was to grab a cardboard box that I had flattened and put it over the intake and completely block that off. And that was the only way I could get that to shut off. It was intense. The Miata is smoking so much because of winning, blurry your face, but no. Yeah. The Camaros are called street stock because the Camaro street stocks that we have here was actually Dale Jr.'s street stock that they laser scanned, and it's a Camaro, and because Camaro, that's why.
Yeah. If you're not familiar with the world of circuit track racing or oval racing, street stock is a common class in a lot of tracks. It's usually based on G bodies or F bodies.
Yep.
Brian also misspelled Camaro. There's an E after the M.
Lady with the save.
Right. Yeah. Craigslist spelling of Camaro as an E.
It's all good, Brian. We like to inform, especially special information.
Yep. If you poke around street stock on Google, you'll find all kinds of good images.
Hey, the leader, Clang with the leader.
Oh, man.
Get some three-pedal mafia action here at the finish.
Hey, who's going to lose a wheel?
Yeah.
Here's a look at what happened.
He had a 12-second lead. That's going to cost him.
Oh,
It's all right. Nate doesn't have a team car blocking for him the whole race.
ouch.
Well, to that effect, Chris, we had some conversations at Lemons, and ironically, this is something that's literally never come up in 200 races, so we didn't really have a plan for it, and we do now. So that is something we have internally addressed and are prepared to handle in future instances. So sorry that you ended up being the guy who had to figure that out for us, but it's something we've talked about internally.
No, I have no worries. I mean, karma always works out in the end, and it's fine.
Yeah.
Really. And I didn't expect you guys to do anything about it. I mean, they weren't doing anything technically against the rules. It is what it is. So,
Yep.
It worked out in the end. So, and now I don't care anymore. So, there we go.
One of you won, and it wasn't the team that was possibly stretching the rules. There you go. But yeah, in general, we're now better equipped to handle that. It was just something. Having done so many of these races, something we never expected to be something we had to think about. I guess. Does that make sense?
No, I'm happy that now, I think for the second or third time, there's been kind of a new rule that we're sort of responsible for, which makes me feel good.
Well, we're not updating the rule book because the funny thing is when you take something like blocking, you suddenly have to define things like passing, which we're not going to do. There's all these knock-on effects of that, but we do have something.
Oh, totally.
If something's super egregious, a blanket phrase that it falls under that we're just going to apply.
I thought it fell under the "don't be a dick" rule.
Yeah,
really,
that's more or less
That, yeah, that's a catch-all.
That's the citation, more or less. So,
Ooh.
yeah.
No, it's been too many years since we've had a rule that's been adjusted because of us.
Yeah. Well, the other one was a little different. Was the original 3-pedal mafia instilled rule from referencing something.
We've been good about that since. So.
I believe Nate is on his last lap here.
Here we
Timer
go.
will expire this lap for Nate.
But only 8
Crapshoot
seconds
whether
ahead,
to-
so all of our black flagging of Nate worked. Well done.
Yes. Yes.
Something
And the,
karma.
And the second place car is actually a street stock. So,
He's
oh,
using
no.
all the track.
that one. Well, that was Tyler.
There he goes.
Was our
Time has
the
run
420
out.
machine is up in smoke. Remind me to come back once we watch Nate cross the finish line.
So apt. That's so great.
Nice.
Congrats, Nate, as the
69
checkered
and
flag is out.
420 finishing first and second across the line. 420 obviously not winning, but yeah.
Pretty sure. Maybe he
But
just
so
thinking
nice
of
all
this.
around. 69, nice.
He's got the
Where did-
funny number.
Where is the... Oh, it's not the 420. It was the 14.
Oh.
Aww.
But the 420 car needs to crash a few times just so it smokes terribly. That would be so much funnier.
All right, Tyler, you got to make it happen, buddy. The Tyler show tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Focus on crashes. Oh my! Wow!
There we go.
Hello! Wow!
None more black. None.
All the way to 11.
Oh, the burnouts. He's doing donuts. Oh, he lined him up nicely there.
Ooh.
That's the fun of the 87s, is that you can get them up to some serious speed down the straight if you don't slow down and yeet anything in your path.
And I think we got a secondary yeet from David Bryan in the Solstice that I believe won Class C. Winner on winner violence. Always a good plan.
Great job, David.
Sam Posey would be proud of that.
That's a good job by
Damn.
Nate. He's the first one
That
down
was
there. He's got to make sure to
savage.
take somebody out.
That was
was good.
savage. Yeah. Nate, celebrating is. Oof.
Oh.
That was.
Until you got yeeted by
Savage.
the next one. Nice job there,
We have
Nate.
a break. We officially have a 69 car is up in smoke. Oh.
And yet
the
the number
11
is still
comes
69,
in.
even whether it's upside down or not. It's still 69 on the side. So
David Bryan
Convenient.
lined up from all the way down the Sam Posey Strait. There's probably kind of
Just-
poetic narration that could go with that, but
it's a solstice. You're like, wait for it. Wait for it.
I like the speed blur there.
Thanks.
That's
That's incredible.
magnifique.
Also up in smoke, the theme of the night. Oh, one more time at speed.
The
That
other
was
two cars
incredible.
look like they got
That's the
trampled by a
most-
dwarf. When
That is
one-
the most G-forces ever exerted upon a solstice ever anywhere. About to happen.
Probably
here.
right.
Oh my
The,
God, yes.
He disappeared into a globule on the drum throw right there.
Oh, savage. Oh,
Chris
Carl lining him
Wolfson is
up.
The entire front of the car.
Oh, gets Nate. Okay, oh, wow.
What just happened there?
Oof. I don't know, but we're making power. I don't know, but
Mediocre
that,
car.
bill,
Looking up the
that
name.
billboard, we're making power.
That was the yellow Udio's street stock piling in there and getting launched into the Atlantic Ocean.
So Lime Rock was going to expand the track straight off the straight. And you could keep going. And if you looked at older satellite photos, you could see the line to the trees where they had cleared to like extend the track out further to come back in before the left-hander.
Ron was
And they never did. Oh well.
that was epic. Into the treetops.
That's great. Contrails, man. Contrails. It's the government. And the Russian judge only gives it at 4.2.
Granny asking for the in-car, which was what we should get after this. There we go. Oh, baby.
Ready, set, yeet. Yeet.
Oh, the sun flare right there was just spectacular.
Sky, ground. Sky, ground. Sky. Oh.
Tree, sun, ground. There's the line cut through the trees there. That's amazing. It's the Lemon Space
Wow.
program right there.
Wow. Unreal.
This is really a step up from the Pro 2s launching off street stocks. So
Yeah.
this is the next level. Next level.
We graduated. That's what happened. And sorry is just so apt right there.
Sorry.
a barrel roll.
I'm a little disappointed he's not still steering inside the car, but we got a good look at his hands. At 10 and 2, passing the driver's test.
Now, did you see the sign right under the VP sign? It said, "Auto racing, mountain climbing, and bullfighting are the only real sports." That's an old Hemingway quote.
That's a Hemingway.
Right there.
Yeah. A very northeastern Volvo owner of them. You hear that sound? That's my jacket patches rubbing on the desk at the moment.
I was about to say, are you loading your pipe now?
That's right. I like to finish an iRacing broadcast with a nice pipe and some Hemingway. That's not true at all. I drink cheap wine from the Central Valley and then take a false sleep in my chair.
Well done. Well done.
But you can still be moderately drunk.
That's right.
Either way.
That's right. It's not bourbon and Hemingway. It's cheap wine and iRacing.
This is class.
Equal or lesser value, right?
Dude, you know, the post-race demolition derby, I got asked where that was after the Thompson race. As Tom Lamino came up to me and asked where there was a designated
anticipated
place
that.
for it. Which, again, iRacing bleeding over into real racing.
I mean, it's totally turn one. Down Boy showed us how well it can be done in turn one there. So
Carry some real speed there if you don't touch
Right.
the pedal. Yeah.
right, when you don't lift in turn one, it's amazing what you can do to the tire wall. Oh, and that was paused. I thought the Miatas were going to do like a push off, like the drunk dudes with diesel pickups do.
Yeah. Isn't that a toe off? Usually it doesn't really matter. You know what?
Doesn't matter, but that's better. That's fine.
Need some ballet
Miata,
music,
bro.
really.
Miata, bro.
Miata, bro.
Mazda should be impressed with their crash test engineers for developing a car that can just hit each other and really sustain no damage. Well done.
And one time at speed, because as you do. Anthony doesn't know what he's missing. Oh, savage. Love to see it. Oh, whoa. Okay, so that's not backwards right now. How is that possible?
Are the Miatas taking over for the Jettas for breakdancing?
What the? Yeah, I was rewinding and it looked like it was going forwards. Oof. Nice.
It nerfed off of the tires.
Do a barrel roll.
Yeah. And then, yeah, he never lifted.
As you don't. Nice. How do we found that? Anticipating such
It's the
glorious
wings
things.
on the always
From the
that help keep
it
them
is
in
the
air that long.
wings.
That's right.
They make you feel secure in the always Miata. Okay. That's what
Good
happened.
speed. Yeah, and
Yeah, it
the
was.
physics didn't know how to deal with the tire wall there.
How did I miss the Lime Rock margaritas before right now? Oh my god.
I said the exact same thought. That was great.
And then he got yeeted out of existence.
Mooshlong too. What dude, how did I miss this? Nice close up. Oh, Forest Park. Nice.
There's discount
Nice.
something on the back too.
Yeah, let's get a rear chase. There we go. Sorry about that. Nice. Forest Park Big City Exit. Nice. Village of Forest Park. That's cool.
Yeah.
For Rick's-
Whoever
Yeah,
you are,
discount
Car 43,
Shih Tzu.
well done.
Oh yeah, these are the people that are training their Shih Tzu to drive. This is Uncle Rick's discount Shih Tzu driving school.
I didn't know
They
that
had,
was a
like,
thing,
some
and I'm
kinda-
so glad that it is.
Oh yeah. It was on Discord, I think. In Gen Chat.
Oh, is this
Let's
Alan
see if I can
Evans?
find it.
I think it's Alan Evans.
Yeah,
the TDI
yeah.
sore guys. Yep.
There we go.
Wow, that's
Reference material.
fantastic.
Lime Rock margaritas. The Moosh
Yeah,
Lawn.
Alan.
I'm sure there was something on the hood too, but we may never know. Yeah.
The world may never
and then,
know.
and then just welcome to the party. Oh,
Yep. Mandatory. Sending him to the morgue.
Yes, indeed. We're
She went right over the hood and right over the driver. Pretty impressive.
oh. Man, I wanted to see the flight path on it. He took top flight.
Eat it out.
Wouldn't you say?
Look at that. The spectators are very enthralled with that.
As the smoke cloud just moves and carries away.
And that's still car number 69, no matter which side is up.
Oh, this is the big yeet from the solstice, I think. Yeah.
There's lots of going on.
You know, for a 15 car field, the yeeting quotient is pretty impressive.
Oh
I
yeah.
see everybody gets in on it.
Oh,
Everyone put a stamp on it, so they're going to send it.
That's right.
there we go. There's your 69 rotation. First of all. Oh, is that? Wait a minute. Wait, whoa.
Is that somebody
We
yeeting
broke
in the
something.
back?
We broke something right here.
Hey, look at that.
Drive shaft. Wow.
It's a magic drive shaft.
We broke it.
Take that.
Wow.
Physics
That's
engine, super realism.
Whoa.
And the brakes are
Okay,
still glowing in the air.
Oh, there's your screenshot, Eric. Right there.
And
you
it's so artistic. Uh-huh.
Let me get rid of the track map for you. There we go.
Got him.
Take flight in the 24 Hours of Lemons iRacing League. I have to leave that there. Just enjoy.
And support Beavis and Butthead in 2020 because everyone can get behind the platform of TP for every bunghole.
That's right. H. Levine with the dub tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Shout out to Nathan. I don't know why I say Nathaniel Adler. Like a name somewhere. I broadcast. Nathan Adler coming home second in a street stock representing the Great Plains regions. Nate rocking that dub for the Midwest. Anthony Cugno, good sport. Nice to talk to you. Cugno, is that what we decided on?
I think so, yeah.
First rule of broadcasting, pick a pronunciation and stick with it. Yeah. So yeah, Anthony comes home in third tonight, and he's a good sport. DoorDash machine. We'll be sure to put on trading paints for those of you that care to use it in your own free time. Scott Cotier comes home in fourth, 2 laps behind from Team Indiana. Chris Wolfson in 5th place, calls Pennsylvania home 4 laps back. We saw Amanda Tully, Carl Viertaler, Ron Harrington, David Bryan, and Raymond Muratori rounding out your top 10, ladies and gentlemen. Coming home in 11th, Tyler. What's that?
I was going to say, I believe Carl Vierthaler and David Bryan also class winners tonight. Well done, guys.
Yes. Tyler DeCuzzi / Tyler Stank. Sorry.
Tyler Dank Stank.
Yes, Dank Stank. Thank you. Oh, man, that's great. Jim Wright, Jay Becker, Alan Evans, Kevin Hesser, Andre Andreev. We haven't mentioned that name in a while. And Daniel Keller, a whole 121 laps behind today, ladies and gentlemen.
Impressive.
I got his money's worth. Right. There it is.
Best screenshot.
I don't know how we topped
there.
that. Yeah, I don't know how we topped that.
The shadows and everything.
Yeah, no, I mean, a couple weeks ago when we had the Camaro launching over the Miata at Sonoma, that I thought was as good as we were going to do, but this is a little bit better.
It's artistic. There you go. It's also fun.
Yeah, I kind of like that better. No, back where you were, a little bit back. Look at the shadows. Yeah, I mean and you can see the clearance. That's classy right there. We're gonna call you Ansel Sim Racer.
Thanks. Take that. I'll get it centered in frame there. Cool. You can do that. There you go.
Got him.
Beautiful. Me too.
Your track, your club. Words to live by.
All right.
And you paid $50,000 to be in the Northeast Country Club track, so well done. Anyway,
Special shout out to everyone that supports us here at the 24 Hours of Lemons iRacing League. Thanks to Yokohama. Thanks to Nemesis Lab. Thanks to everyone at the Everyone Racers podcast. Our friends, especially Victor Victorious. We missed you tonight. And yeah, that's it. Everyone that supports Bearded Sim Racer, Top Flight Computers, Faith Insurance Agency, Advanced Racing Development. Catch me tomorrow night. Podium Esports, 9 o'clock Eastern. Sim 500 Trans Service Cup Series. Tuesday, Road to Pro. Wednesday, ERL Cars Tour. I think I'm off Thursday. And then Friday, PCA. Let's go. Yeah, that's all I got. What's going on in the world of Everyone Racers this week? Is there a race everybody can get in on to keep them thirsty for Sunday?
We always have a Monday night race. Starts at 9 o'clock. We have a 9 o'clock race and a 10 o'clock race. And if you don't know the password, it's about brakes. It's Bubba Wallace's car number or Richard Petty's car number, one of those two, or just contact us in any of our social media and we'll give you the password. It's really simple. Come along, race with us. One of them's like moderately serious, not really. The other one is completely no one cares, which we're just there to have fun. And yeah, you find us where you find your podcasts, Everyone Racers. But thanks for having us again, everybody. Despite the fact that we continue to be terrible, we continue to show up. So that's half of it, really. Showing up.
Yep. Special thanks to everybody for getting in on the conversation tonight in chat. Big love to Lady Auburnout on Twitch. Hope you could get your work done and we didn't distract you too much tonight. Thank you to everybody tuning in on Facebook, YouTube, watching this later. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I know it's a long broadcast, but lots of good stories, lots of good times. And where are we at next week, Eric? Have we decided?
I think we're at Irwindale for figure eights and other stupidity.
That is the best. It's so much fun. It is just so
we
much
should
fun.
start the 24 Hours of Lemons Lost Speedways where we go to all the tracks that don't exist anymore.
Yep.
Yeah. I would suggest for a figure eight race, you take the Legends card because they just bounce off everything. You just keep going.
That's right.
Totally
Look for this week. If you search hashtag Lemons Rally on Instagram, you'll find all the posts from this past weekend's rally in California. Lots of cool places, terrible cars. We'll have more coverage of that. And on Tuesday, we have a new video coming out on the Lemons YouTube channel. If I were better at my job, I would know what it is. I have no idea what it is, but it'll be a surprise to both of us. Other than that, stay tuned to Lemons social media, and we'll keep you guys updated.
Yes.
Have a
Thank
great
you,
night,
Eric.
everybody. F's in chat for the race.
That's right. F's in chat for the broadcast. That's okay. Thank you to Chris and Chrissy from Three Pedal Mafia and the Everyone Racers podcast for being here tonight. As always, well, now that you're back, I can say that. As always, thanks to Eric Rude from 24 Hours Lemons for being here. Special shout out to Lisa Sims. I know you wanted to be here tonight. Hopefully next week you can join us. And if anybody has the coordinates for Judge Phil, send them to me. I'll beam them straight over for the next broadcast. Eric, you got anything else?
Nope. Thanks for joining us. Well, I'm gonna go drink wine and pass out in my chair as promised.
Excellent. You enjoy that.
Nothing but class, Eric.
That's right.
Have a good night.
Night,
All right.
everybody.
All right, we out. Thanks, guys. We'll see you next week. So Hassenhofen, if you search for 24 Hours of Lemons on Facebook or YouTube, you can go back and watch the beginning, or you can refresh. Thank you. Appreciate you. Have a great night too. You can refresh this page in about 30 seconds and you'll be able to start at the beginning under videos. So thanks everybody for tuning in tonight. Everybody take care.